Wow, what an exciting night. So much happening. I'm incredibly excited. Welcome everybody. Holiday edition happening right here live on multiple different channels. Let's just make sure we are working on all of those channels. There's a few of them we have to double check, take it out of private mode. Okay. Boom. All right, all the magic has happened, I believe. We are rocking. We are rolling. We are here. Woo! It's the holiday edition of Highly Motivated. Welcome, one and all, to the Smoke Sesh, the Winter Wonderland Hanukkah Express combination. Tonight, we are celebrating two holidays at the same time. We're celebrating Christmas. We are celebrating the first night of Hanukkah. I'm incredibly excited because of the combination of the two holidays. The two religions, Christianity and Judaism, are very close intertwined. Now, on this show, we don't get religious, we don't get political. This show is just a smoke sesh. That's what it is. We're here to smoky tokey. We're here to chit chat a little bit. We're here just to talk and hang out. So you've made it. You've arrived to the smoke sesh of smoke sessions. So again, no topics, no expectations, nothing like that. But we have a lot of micro topics to get to. Before we get too far, I want to say Merry Christmas. I want to say Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Look, you've made it. You're alive. You've gotten this far. You've dealt with family. You've dealt with friends. You've dealt with morning presents being opened. And for the Jewish audience, you've lit your candles tonight. You lit the first candle, which is incredible. Let me see. Happy Weed Days. Welcome to the show. What is it? H2P Newsic. Welcome to Highly Motivated, to the very happy holiday special. And really, my main goal today was just to stay very high, very well medicated throughout the day. So yes, happy Weed Days. Tonight, I am going to be drinking a little bit of tea. Kind of excited about this one out of the owl mug, because I believe it brings me a little more wisdom. We're going to light the candles of the menorah tonight. Now, I lit the candles earlier with the family, but they burned down, and I figured I would like to light the first night's candle with everybody on the show. So you like the owl, huh? Well, now the tea tonight is something special. It's a holiday tea. So it's peppermint, black tea, ashwagandha, cannabis, and hibiscus. And it smells so good. Wow, that is something special. I can smell the peppermint really kicking up. There's also a lot of honey in there. There is an incredible amount. It was like that much honey. Thank you very much, and welcome again to the show. Tonight we are broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, and Insta. Oh, it's so hot. This room is the hottest room of them all. I was wearing the jacket because right outside the room, it's cold. I opened the door to this room and it's cold. Look, I'm starting to sweat. Oh, wow. So, Smoke Sesh, we're here to talk about a bunch of different things. We've got a lot of micro topics. And when I say a lot of micro topics, wow. I mean, we're going to talk about New Year's reflections and resolutions, realizations. We're going to talk about possibly, just again, we're going to touch on it, some of the recent UFO disclosures. Even a big one that just happened the other day from NASA. Not about the UFOs, but about the existence of... And Gideon wants me to talk. Welcome, Gideon, to the show. It's good to have you here. Gideon wants me to talk about the fourth dimension tonight. We might. Look, me and Gideon earlier were having a discussion about the fourth dimension. So Gideon was telling us he was telling me that, and we weren't having an argument, we were having a heated understanding. My understanding, his understanding. And I have to apologize to him. You know, earlier, I think I pushed and impressed my point of view over his point of view or over his understanding. So I wanted to say that I didn't mean that, and everybody should have their own understanding of everything and anything, however, whatever makes them happy. But I wanted to give them my take on the different dimensions on time and all that combined. Well, I appreciate that, Gideon. Thank you. But also we're going to talk about Christmas and Hanukkah being together, I think this is like the first time in my remembrance of the two holidays together. This would be the very first time I've seen Christmas and Hanukkah this closely knit together. And really, we're gonna talk about the origination of the celebration of Christmas, the origination of the celebration of New Year's, why we do it. Yeah. See, I told you a lot of little micro topics. And as you see, I have a special holiday background for the holiday evening, the holiday special. It's the Christmas Hanukkah Con. Christmas Hanukkah? Right. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Yule. Happy all of those things to everybody. I'm not gonna wait too long. I've got some doinks to smoke tonight. And they're all from Gold Flower. I do have one from Cookies. So I went to Cookies and I picked up a Space Lime Continuum. And then I also have the Old Car Smell, which I rolled in a beautiful organic vegan hemp wrap. Look at that. Look at that. I even put a filter on the end. I can't speak today. No speech issues. All right. So I put a nice little filter on the end of it. This is a a hemp leaf wrap, but it's very thin. It's organic. It's vegan. Little disclaimer, tonight I'm probably going to cough a lot. My chest right here feels a little rough, feels a little heavy. Maybe I'm coming down with something. Maybe I've been smoking too much. I don't know. We're not going to question too much. We're just going to smoke. So I have this really great hemp wrap roll. And then I also have a hand roll that I did earlier. Look how beautiful that hand roll came out. Now, the hand roll, I believe this is Voyager 1, Old Car Smell, and Space Line Continuum, and some Mule Fuel combined together. So this is Mule Fuel, which was a little spicy for me this time. But high THC, high terpenes, great effects. So this is the combination. This, I believe, or it could be the other way around. This could be the combination, and this could be the Voyager 1. All I know is for sure, this is Old Car Smell. So we're going to start with this. This is Old Car Smell coming from Gold Flower Cannabis here in Florida. If you know me, then you know how much I enjoy Gold Flower. Delicious. Organic, hand-trimmed, living soil cannabis. That right there is how people should start. That right there should be the beginning of growing, not your specialty growers. That should be, yes, we're all organic. Yes, we hand trim and we love our bud. Yes, it's living soil. Boom. That's where we should start. So, merry, happy everybody this evening. Welcome to Highly Motivated. This is the community of cannabis that comes together to motivate each other, to enthusiate. Enthusiate's a word. I double, triple checked. You've made it to the show that, we have no topics. We're just community coming together, talking about the topics even you want to talk about. We might talk about space-time and our misunderstanding this evening. Let me see, I've seen a lot of news about UFOs and other strange flying objects around the USA. Have you noticed anything suspicious in your past few days or heard anything about it? Yes, I have. So originally I had gotten some calls from people I know saying that the very large drones that people are seeing in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Washington, all over the United States in different places, even here in Florida, southern Florida, there are some military bases and some, I guess, high grid power communications facilities. Well, over a lot of the infrastructure, we have been seeing drones all across the United States. The original call that I had gotten from people that the drones were detecting radioactive material that came out of the port of New Jersey. But that wouldn't explain the drones that you see in Florida, Pennsylvania, Washington. It wouldn't explain the drones that you're seeing overseas now. And there are two drones, two distinct drones. So there is one the size of like a Volkswagen Bug, a good big giant drone. If you see that, that's government, that's military, that's black ops projects tied to military industrial complex. Those are the ones that are trying to view the other drones. So we're calling them drones, but we might as well call them UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. We might as well. Why? If you've seen them, they are an energy orb. So it's a huge, huge thing. It's an orb of energy. And inside this ball of energy, this protective outer layer, there's a craft. But it's disguised, it's stealthed. During the day, we're able to see them a little bit better, and at night, we can't see shit, except for the energy orb, which looks like ball lightning. But ball lightning isn't intelligent, isn't smart. These crafts are clearly intelligent, clearly smart, and what worries me is we still don't have answers. We had a gentleman on the show last week that was talking about this where he lives. He said they're only starting to report this now, but they have been seeing drones in the skies for months. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot going on. I don't know what to do first. I want to take a sip of the tea. Is it still hot? It's hot. Let me just do a little sip. I'm going to do a little sip because I'm dying to know how it tastes. Yeah, that's hot. Peppermint tea. Nice black tea, peppermint kind of feel. There's cannabis in there, peppermint, hibiscus, ashwagandha, black tea. It's a holiday specialty. So I'm drinking a holiday specialty. I'm sweating through my shirt. Let's get this lit up so that I can feel the show a little bit more as well. Sometimes it can take me 20, 30 minutes to kind of slowly get into the show and feel more comfortable. I have the nuclear, God, it's so bright. It is so incredibly bright. There we go. That's a little bit easier. All right. So the reason I like this wrap, it's very smooth. Especially when my throat is bothering me. Now, I'm smoking Old Car Smell. It's an indica leaner, hybrid leaning indica. I don't want to describe my cannabis by the way the plant looks. So indica, short and stubby, sativa, tall and skinny, and a hybrid would be a cross between the two. But this right here, I rolled it myself. I put a nice little filter on it. And I packed it really tight so that I had a good slow smoke. I light this up and I smoke this for all the people who can't. All the people who live in places that you can't get a hold of recreational or medicinal cannabis, I smoke this for you. I smoke this with you. And, because you can't, I'll do it for you. You see how I suffer for you? I will get high for you. And again, want to tell everybody that we come to you 3 times a week. 3 times a week, you can catch us live right here on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. I don't know if it's working on the TikToker right now, but I do know we come live. They've probably taken away my live account. Only because I smoke and I use cannabis. And that site is adamantly against calling it anything but broccoli, or I'm not going to stoop that low and call it broccoli. It's cannabis. It's weed. That's what it is. It's here. It's a community thing. It's an everybody thing. We all have an endocannabinoid system. And if that's the one thing that links us all together to be the same, then there you go. But there's many things that link us together. The aroma is more delicious than the taste. The aroma comes in, it's pepperminty, it's earthy, it's really powerful, absolutely loving it. The flavor's not so much my cup of tea. The flavor's not my thing, but I came prepared. If the tea doesn't work, I have a fancy holiday Canada Dry going on over here. And for a little extra caffeine, we might have to bust into the espresso. I normally don't do a filter on the end, but I wanted to be fancy for y'all tonight, so there you go. Fancy. This is old car smell, hybrid leaning indica. I mean, it's like a gassy, cheesy, skunky stink. It's all of those things. The aroma, mixed with this paper and the aroma together, it's like there's a cherry wood smoke building and an old school cannabis smell, just skunky and gassy, kind of coming from the background of that. I could probably just sit here and smell that all day, but I'm going to smoke it. I mean, not smell it, just smell it. I'm going to smoke it too. It's so hot in here, it's fogging my glasses. Wow. So I wanted to do something special tonight. I don't do religion. We don't do politics. But tonight is the first night of Hanukkah and the first day of Christmas, or Christmas Day. So leading us into some of the discussion, I wanted to light the candles for you here on the show. So I'm going to show you my menorah. This is my menorah. This is the Shema. The Shema is the one that lights all other candles. So you'll notice tonight being the first night of Hanukkah, there's only one candle in the first slot. You see that? And so as we continue, we will light all candles on this menorah. Night after night, we will add an additional candle. And in the American tradition, the children get a present every single day. This is the American tradition. The Middle Eastern tradition, you get one present if you're lucky. You take it, you're lucky. Shut up, take your present. But, American tradition, I'm fine, whatever. You know, you combine and compromise the two together. But here we go, that's the menorah. We're going to light it now. I've got to put it down so you're not going to see it. It's right here. So I'm going to do a prayer over this. I'm just going to put that down just for a moment. I'm going to take the Shema, which is the candle that lights, the light that lights all other lights. And we're going to do a prayer right now for Hanukkah, for lighting the candle. Now, normally I'd put maybe my hand over my head or a kippah, but I'm very reformed. We're going to keep this very relaxed. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'tzvotav v'tzivanu leadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Amen. Okay, so while the candles come together, and do your best not to blow them out, I'm just doing the bottom of this one like that, so I can stick it into the thing, making sure that's lit. Doesn't look great, but we're gonna just lift it up. Okay. You see how that one's having an issue? Don't know what's going on there. It's the craziest looking candle right now. It's like it doesn't want to stay lit. Don't know. We're gonna use this light to relight it. There we go. Just a little bit more. Don't know what's happening. Okay, now it's working. Now it's working. Let's put that in there. Okay, there we go. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas, everybody. That's the first night of Hanukkah being lit just now. I'm going to put it over here to the side here, just showing it to you once again. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. The two holidays combined right now. So let's talk about it just a little bit. I'm going to put that right here so that hopefully I don't blow it out, because it's hard. Hopefully I don't blow it out or knock it down and then set my whole studio on fire, because this studio is a combination. This studio is already a room that has a lot going on. It's like a little greenhouse, storage. Oh look, I got wax all over me. Didn't even realize it. Some people pay for that. Okay. Let me grab one of my extra drinks out here, because the tea wasn't, maybe it needed more of flavoring. Maybe I needed more honey in there. I thought I put a lot of honey, but It's a big cup, so I guess maybe it was deceiving. Maybe I'll let it steep a little bit longer and the flavor will get better. Okay. Oh, that's good. Ooh, shit. I went right over the candles. Chris, welcome to the show. Happy Christmas, Merry Hanukkah. I don't know if you just saw it, but I'll show it to you again. Here's the menorah. We just lit it on the show. We did the prayer. The Shema is in the middle. So again, the Shema is the candle that lights all the other candles all the nights through. And this is the first candle, first night of Hanukkah. And we just did the prayer just a moment ago. Very exciting. You know, I guess the first topic, the micro topic that we're going to bring up tonight is, let me grab my hoochie noochie. Sometimes it's nice to have one of these hemp rolls like this. I like my papers. I like my rolls. These are a little heavier, but it's nice. Flavor for aroma. Takes longer to smoke. So you're getting into it. It's more of, instead of me just, let me just sit down, smoke a joint and get high. No, let me sit down and let me enjoy the smell, the flavor, the aroma, and the terpene and the flavonoid. So the flavor and terps all come together with aroma and the feeling and the entourage. Okay. So first thing I want to talk about, would be really the combination. The combination, and we're going to be diving into some big questions, some fascinating connections that have been on my mind these last few days, especially since it's Christmas, Hanukkah tonight. I feel this is like a great celebration because this is two religions coming together to be one. Originally, officially, remember, I don't talk religion, but it's like I'm sweating. Originally, the Christian Judeo system that America has, Christianity, a lot of its teachings came from Judaism. And a lot of the New Testament came from the Old Testament, other than the addition of the teachings of Jesus and the disciples and many people, so on and so forth. But that being said, why is Christmas considered the most sacred Christian holiday? I mean, is it because it celebrates the birth of Jesus and perhaps, in a way, the eventual birth of Christianity itself? And I say that because Christianity did not come around. The actual organized religion did not form until 600 years after Jesus died. And I think that's wild how the religion was formed around an individual. So the individual had so much power, so much energy, so much, so much good vibe, frequency around him that he helped inspire, because of his good deeds, because of his selflessness, he helped inspire a religion, a movement more than a religion. So let's talk about Jesus, Jewish roots, and how Christianity didn't emerge until centuries after his death. So let's just quickly chat about it so we know it's out there. Does that make Christianity and Judaism more closely connected than we think, or than we give it credit for? How are these shared origins playing into the idea of the Judeo-Christian society, particularly here in America? Are these religions more intertwined, or we don't see a separation? When it comes to Christian, Jews, I mean, we look at a separation of our belief systems, but there's even, Jews for Jesus. So there's a sect of Judaism that is very, very relaxed. When I say relaxed, there's different classifications of Jews. You have ultra-Orthodox, you have the Orthodox, you have the very religious, you have then the conservative, the Reform, and then you have people like me that are just a little bit of everything. And on the lighter, maybe more mind-bending note, did you know that Christmas and Hanukkah, even though they're both kicking off pretty much today, first day of Christmas, first day of Hanukkah today, or first full day, what are the odds? And what does that mean for interfaith families and shared traditions? where both they celebrate both traditions. So, and look, my dad was Christian and he converted over to Judaism. That being said, I did grow up with the understanding of Christian religions and ideologies because he grew up with those things. So he understands the Christian ideology and where they come from. But then me growing up Jewish, I grew up Jewish under the guidance and guise of my parents. So you are the religion by blood of what they choose. I choose to be all religions. I choose to be everything. I don't choose just to be Jewish. I choose to be as an understanding of all. I am understanding of all religions. And in that, I don't judge. I don't put one above the other. I just put the faith in God. So the energy and faith in God, that's it. That's enough. And as long as you believe in God, I don't care what religion it is. It's the energy of more. And when I say the energy of more, you can call it whatever you want. I call it the energy of us. The combined energy of all of us, the billions and billions and billions of people that come together, that are together, that we are creating the reality that we are living in right now. We are the understanding of what a big holy entity could be. We could be the understanding of God. There is a God, but we could be God. We could be God in our combination, in our combined mental creation manifestation. Maybe we are acting as such. And tonight, maybe some thoughts on the ancient origins of holiday traditions like gift giving and the deeper meanings behind them, as well as some surprising updates on rituals the Pope is introducing this season. We talked about it on a few shows ago. It could have been many shows ago. But many shows ago, we spoke about the Pope now doing I think they do it every 25 or 50 years, where they open up this gate of sorts, symbolically. But this gate is cemented, so it's not to be opened. And there's a lot of tradition and a lot of lore that surrounds that as well. I told you we got tons of micro topics. We're going to be unraveling the threads of history, culture, spirituality, and maybe some of our own questions tonight. Who knows where this goes? That's where it gets exciting. It gets exciting because you never know what we're going to talk about. You never know what the energy is going to bring us to. And that's exciting. So, okay. So let's talk of, where do I want to start? The blessings. We did the blessings over the candle. In Hebrew, we could do the blessings for miracles, the blessings of gratitude. Each night, we don't just do the prayers over the candle. We also like to, we sing songs, we spin dreidels, we eat Hanukkah gelt, we give gifts to each other. And so the gift giving, we're going to talk about that tonight as well, where that kind of originated, where our celebrations of New Year's kind of started. So let's start with let's talk about different celebrations going on besides Christmas, besides Hanukkah. There's also Kwanzaa. There is Yule. Old car smell. It's an indica. As something that is a relaxant, mind, muscle relaxant. That's what I'm smoking. Is it slowing me down? Is it relaxing? Who knows? So let's talk about Yule. What is Yule? I've heard Yule. Everybody's like, Happy Yule. Happy Yule to you and Happy Yule to you as well. So let's talk about it. It's a celebration of the winter solace or solstice. It's rich in pagan traditions and blessings. Yule marks the rebirth of the sun, the longest night of the year, and the promise of the returning light. So many modern Christmas traditions, such as decorating a tree and feasting, stem from the Yuletide celebrations of the pagan religion. or the pagan religion, but movement. Decorating the trees, Yule and other pagan winter festivals, also like Saturn. So Saturnalia, I think that was the Roman Christmas, would celebrate, and I want to say that was of Saturn or Venus. Saturn. There's a celebration of Saturnalia. Of course, why wouldn't that be? Delicious. Moving on. So Yule blessing for light and renewal. Here's what it is. I want to give the blessing for each one of these different celebrations. So we'll do it, and this is on the winter solstice. You can say this. Blessed be this Yule night, the longest of the year. May the light of the returning sun bring warmth, joy, and renewal. As the wheel turns, may we grow with it in harmony and peace. Blessed be. Pretty powerful words. Powerful words for Mother Earth, for humankind. I think we've lost so many of those traditional blessings and turned them into the commercialization of holidays. I'm not saying don't buy presents, but don't have to take out loans to buy presents. Don't hurt your bank account to have to buy presents. It's about feasting with community. It's about kindness to people. It's about reminding you that you should be kind to people all year round. It's about reminding you that it's not just to be good. It's reminding you that you're supposed to fucking be good. You're a human, being kind to other humans, being thoughtful and understanding. Now the blessing for the Yule tree, because the Yule tree is the Christmas tree. So evergreen tree, symbol of life everlasting or strength through the darkest nights. May your spirit bless this home with protection and abundance. Blessed be the return of the light. It's powerful because that is the origin of many blessings that we do now. The origin of a festival of lights, the celebration of the tree, Mother Earth, the celebration of the energy of the new year, of kindness and giving to people around you. I mean, that's powerful. Now, this one also, prayer to the sun. Great sun, we welcome your return. The wheel has turned and the days grow longer. Bring warmth to the earth, life to the land, and light to our hearts. Blessed be. Wow. Doesn't that feel a little powerful? I just read it and I felt like I got something. Or it's, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting like the male version of a hot flash. It is hot. It is so hot in this room. There's like no ventilation, no air moving. But I will soldier through and keep smoking. Keep smogging up this room. I'm hotboxing this room for every podcast. So every smoke sesh that we do, this room becomes the hotbox. It's hot and incredibly smoky. And if it's a trigger warning, my coughing, I'm going to be doing some coughing tonight. Once we're done with this one, I'm going to crack into the next. We'll crack into the big oink-a-doink, or the doink. Ooh, speaking of doinks, let me just quickly, before jumping back into religious shit and historical shit you're not taught in school, why don't they teach you in school about Yule and about pagan religions and the true beginnings of what the popes and holy people did to put together a religion like Christianity, to bring the people together through a unified religion? But they had a unified religion. They had the pagan religion, Mother Earth worshiping religions. And in that they were demonized and they were made to look like they were sacrificing and sinful things. It wasn't like that. I know it's serious shit to talk about 30 minutes into the show. We're already getting serious. But I did want to mention we got a new dog. My son actually got a new dog. So Gideon, you met Gideon. He's been on the end of the show sometimes. So one of my oldest twins, he rescued a dog. It was some coworkers told him about it. He came racing, grabbed the dog. This cute little thing. It's like this big. It's a little Zoink. So that's what he named it. Zoink. Z-O-I-N-K. Zoink. That's the name of the new dog. It's the cutest fucking thing in the world. It's so cute. It's so cute. The other night I sat on the couch with it, let it fall asleep with me. So it's gray and brown. It's a blue or blue nose pit bull, or I don't know. It's a pit bull mix. It's not a pure pity, but it's a beautiful dog. And so we've adopted the animal into the family. Gideon adopted it, and we've been looking after it. But it's okay. It's sweet. I mean, I didn't necessarily want another dog or another big dog. I didn't want a tiny dog. I wanted like a dog in the middle, like a French bulldog. That's what I was looking for. But you know something? You don't exactly get. You get what you believe in. You believe in goodness and kindness. So that's what I believed in for a dog. So that dog is going to be good, and it's going to be kind, and it's going to be brought up with love. And that's what that dog is going to put back out into the world. The love that it brings up with. Oh, didn't even see. Christopher, let me see. Your sound is good, but for some reason your video is a bit grainy sometimes. Then clears up. Still enjoying the pod. Well, thank you. I don't know why it's grainy. Maybe tonight. Maybe my signal is a little bit wonky. I'm looking at my signal. Signal looks okay. So my signal drops out, comes back, drops out. Hopefully we don't lose the broadcast. And again, thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you for coming to the show to Highly Motivated. This is our show, our moment to come together, just to smoke a little bit together, hang out, chit chat. Go! Frank the Tank Griswold's on the show. Welcome, Frank. Let me see. I'm outside with families watching the lights, so I can't turn you up loud. You're a bit. Wait, what am I? I'm NSF Unkin W. I'm non-sufficient for LOL. You are absolutely right. So I probably. Now, Whiskerlickens is a strain also from Goldflower. It's an indica, but it's delicious. Not just delicious in aroma and flavor, but the way it hits the body and just brings you to this groove. That's a Whiskerlicken kind of groove. A Whiskerlicken kind of groove. This I'm smoking right now is the old car smell. It's high THC, but that really doesn't get me. It's high terpene. The terps that have been running on the flower at Goldflower through the roof. And they're delicious. The mule fuel was a little spicy for me. It made me cough a lot. I like the effects though. The effects, I was not safe for work. I'm not safe for work. I'm not. Definitely I'm not. And I'm so loud, even if you turn me down. I know. It's just natural loudness. Look, the candles are like. Oh, Frank, if you didn't see it earlier, I just want to show you. We have it burning over here. This is the Shema, the candle that lights all the other lights. And this is the first night of Hanukkah. So we lit it on the show. We did the Hebrew prayers, and we also did the Yuletide prayers. And we're going to move on and do some, maybe we'll do some for Saturnalia. Let's see. So, to tell you more about Yule, they light a log in the they wish things upon the log, and then they light it, and they all sit there and watch the log burn down, and may its flame carry our hopes. And so they go, I light this log in honor of the sun's return. May its flame carry our hopes and dreams into the year. So Yule, Christmas and the New Year's, and in the Yule, they leave offerings of food, nuts, berries. Maybe this is an offering more to wildlife and to the spirits of the land. So Yule seems like it's more of a traditional, worship, not worship, but thank Mother Earth, thank the earth, thank nature, giving back to nature, giving back to that environment, not just taking from the earth, but giving back to the earth. And Yule would be that Earth Day, kind of like that Earth Day gifting celebration. I like Yule. That seems like a lot of fun. Seems very real. Now, here's where it gets in. Now there's feasting and gratitude. And so the feasting and gratitude, they share blessings of gratitude before a meal. So before they eat the meal, like in the Christian religion, they pray before meals. So, but on this day, I think in Yule, I don't know if they prayed all the time, but I think that they did, and it's always good. But they would say, we give thanks for the bounty before us, for the warmth of family and friends, and the light that will guide us into the coming year. So far, all of these Yule sayings and blessings have been very powerful. So the connection to Saturnalia. Saturnalia is an ancient Roman festival, also influenced Christmas in many ways. So Saturnalia and Yule, very strong influences from the pagans, from the ancient Romans that created Christmas. It was a time of feasting, gift giving, and role reversals. Role reversals. I want to say it right, but it's a tongue twister. So masters serving servants, servants being the masters. Very interesting holiday tradition. A blessing for Saturnalia might include invoking Saturn, the god of agriculture and for abundance. Hail Saturn, keeper of time and harvest. May your blessings bring joy, laughter, and plenty to all. I'm just trying to be ancient Roman here for you. I keep going right over the thing. It's like I see it, but the drink is right over it. So I go over it and I burn myself. Let me see. Whisker Lickens is one strain they need to always carry in stock. I am putting everyone on the Whisker Lickens. I put everybody on the Mule Fuel and Emerald Apricot, and now I can't get any Emerald Apricot, so don't feel bad. That was the hardest thing for me. I had a vape that wasn't working properly. I'll just avoid the fire this time. And it was the Emerald Apricot. And it did taste good if I can get anything out of it, but I couldn't. So I had to take it back and get something else. By the way, if you do not know, right now we are chit-chatting a little bit about the holidays, the origins of these holidays, where they all kind of came from. And Frank the Tank is smoking some local Florida flower from a place called Gold Flower, which is one of the only organic, hand-trimmed living soil providers. I don't think everything they do is that, but I think mostly what they do. And I think everything's organic. It's organics or nada. Their head grower, he's incredible. He knows his shit. And he gets in there and look, he won't take shortcuts. And if it's going to take longer, it's going to take longer. It's ready when it's ready. It's ready when he says it's ready. Let me see. Rachel likes the Mule Fuel. Scooby Snacks are a nice indica. Should be coming back soon. So many of those strains that place carries, I'm worried because they're delicious. People will ask me, Oren, why do you act this way about their cannabis? When you find good weed, you get excited. You tell people about it. You're like, I'm a fanboy. It's organic. It tastes good. You can eat it. It tastes good. I make tea from it. And let me try the tea again. Let me see if it changed any. I'm just gonna give it a little swivel around, and maybe the honey didn't get, in there properly. I'm just gonna take this and just. Oh, wait a second. Maybe the honey didn't get dissolved in there. It feels a little thicker because it didn't taste sweet. I put a lot of honey in this thing. like an insane amount. And that honey with the peppermint, the ashwagandha, the black tea, it's got a good amount of cannabis and hibiscus. I don't want to not drink it. I mean, who am I? Okay. That's better. Ooh. See, without the honey, I could have drinking it. With the honey, it's nice. That's good. We're going to be sipping on that a little bit as well. But yeah, but Gold Flower really has some awesome strains. So let's keep going. Let's talk about what's going on. I do have. Okay, now we can start with. I wanted to talk about Neville Goddard about manifestation teachings this evening. Maybe some alien abductions, mutilations, but not what you think. I've been diving. You know, look what we can get through an episode without me talking about aliens. We'll talk about kindness because you should be kind, and we remind you to be kind. But lately, with all these UAPs, UFOs, and strange happenings, how can we not talk about the possibility and disclosure of aliens? I don't want to make it the entire show. I'm not gonna look. What are we? We're almost an hour in, so I'm not getting serious. It's aliens. What? They're already here. They're amongst us. We're amongst them. We're already working and thinking and living and doing shit together. Nick, welcome to the show. It's good to have you. Merry Christmas and happy Kwanzaa Hanukkah. I'm throwing a few extra holidays in there. But, you know, delving into the intriguing world of alien abduction and cattle mutilation. So the reason I wanted to talk about this, because our last show, where we were talking about the Brigadier General out of Israel that was he was the head of the Space Force, right? Or Space Force Security. And he came out with disclosure, his form, saying Trump was supposed to do it. He didn't. So here it is. Israel and America are working with the aliens already. So, you like Hanukkah better? Hanukkah's a lot of fun, Nick. There's a lot of presents involved, but it's so closely related to Christmas. And we're going to talk about that still. We've been talking about that. It's been about the combination of the two religions because we're so closely related and tied right now. But when it comes to the aliens, Jesus was Jewish, by the way. Christianity didn't come around until 600 years after his passing. We'll get back to it. But in that, with the aliens, the reason I want to talk about that is that the aliens have been working with the governments for decades. So if they've been working with them for decades and reports of abductions maybe has been done jointly between the aliens and our own government, we cannot trust our government enough. That's why they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know because then we're going to find out that our government is a bunch of pieces of shit, like we didn't already know. But we're really going to know it when we find out they're behind alien abduction. That would be a mind blower. Or we're being farmed. I don't know, that's a dark one. It's dark, but I had to throw it out there. There's a lot of possibilities why the government doesn't want to disclose to us that they are working with aliens or extraterrestrials or foreign entities, whatever they want to be called. I think calling them aliens is rough. That's rough. It's like calling a midget a midget. Call them a little person. You can't call them a little person, call them micro. You can't call them micro, just call them a fucking human. Done. There you go. So, the alien, I would call them, or what they want to be called. So, maybe the government doesn't want to disclose to us. Why? Because the reason is so dark. The reason is so dark that it would blow our minds. And our trust would never be regained in them. Ever. It would be a revolt of the government, a revolt of our society. Not so much towards the aliens, but being lied to by the government. And the aliens for testing on us, not talking to us. What is this? I would still smoke with them. You know, just do an interview. I want to find out what's going on. All right, let's keep going here. I'm going to pull out this one. I don't know what this is. It smells good. It could be the combination Voyager or just Voyager. And then the other one is the combo Mule Fuel and what the other thing I had. Okay, let's keep going. So, alien abductions. Let's look at abductions, cattle mutilations. Let's explore some notable cases, discussing patterns and examine some possible connections to specific locations and facilities of what was going on. So, alien abduction is a big deal. And I was watching a program a week ago where this guy was taking shit out of people's bodies. I mean, he wasn't just some guy. He was a doctor. And from what I understand, a good doctor, a famous doctor. Nick, like the Matrix. Look, I see Nick. He says it right over here. He goes, we were being farmed. We are being farmed. We were being used to mine gold thousands and thousands of years ago. And we are a food source, or not food, maybe a fuel. Look, blood, human blood, bovine blood is actually amazing. They were testing some of the properties of bovine blood. The guys over at Skinwalker Ranch, the scientist dude, he's a rocket. He's like super smart. I see, they for fuel, spirits are using us, abusing us. It's all throughout the perception of the world we live in. And it's frightening to think of the possibilities. So looking at some of the oldest abduction cases that have been unmistakable. Betty and Barney Hill, 1961. It was September 19th through the 20th. 1961 in Lancaster, New Hampshire. Betty and Barney Hill, they claimed to have been abducted by extraterrestrials. This incident is one of the very first widely publicized alien abduction stories in the United States. So, by the way, I'm just going to give you a quickie and know the details. I mean, like crazy. Look, Betty and Barney Hill, the details that were given. And this is 1961 of this abduction and what happened to them. To me, this feels like government. To me, that feels like alien government. When I say alien government, maybe there's a branch of the government that's alien. Maybe the aliens walk amongst us, and it's like that one movie where the guy puts on the sunglasses, and then he can see all of them. And the guy was like an ex-wrestler, Roddy Piper. Oh, I can't speak. Okay, 1961. So that's. I mean, we're gonna kind of bounce through these. And that was Betty and Barney Hill abduction. The next one would be the Pascagoula abduction of 1973. So October 11th, 1973. Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker reported being abducted by aliens while fishing on the Pascagoula River. And now this is in Mississippi. They described being taken aboard a craft examined by humanoid-type beings. And this is one of the first reports of examinations by humanoid-type beings, 1973. By the way, the paper I'm using for this is the it's raw. It's the thinnest paper raw. Raw is now offering. Look at that. So it's a soup. Pretty much everything I've smoked out of it has been delicious. I'm a bit, with paper, I can. I'm just gonna loosen that up a little bit. With paper, you can tell. The paper will make me cough, and it will ruin a good joint. So the paper is a big deal. If you want to be cheap and just get any kind of paper, well, that's gonna fuck up some good weed. So you want to smoke some good weed, get some good paper. And this is the raw papers I can't even say it right now. ETH, ethereal. Hey, I couldn't say it again. It doesn't want to stay lit. Almost blew out the candles. They're getting low, but they're still going. Okay. Remember, that's the Shema. The Shema lights all the other candles. My mom gave me this one, this menorah. And it's just one of those things you hold on to. It's simple. It's artsy. I'm having an issue keeping this lit. It's like sometimes a joint has a problem getting going for a number of reasons. Maybe like right there, it's having some problems getting through. Maybe over here at the opening, it's not open enough. Maybe I'm restricting some of the airflow. So play with your joint a little bit, talk to it, and kind of tell your joint, you know, what is this? You got a menorah? Wait, I want to grow my peyote, my peyote. Let me see, wait. With the top hat. Something with the top hat. There we go. There we go. Finally, I've got it hitting a little bit better. Okay. This is the mule fuel. This right here is the mule. I can tell because it's making me cough. It's peppery. It's a great sativa. Very powerful. Very energetic. Very full of life. But at the same time, just maybe a lunch for me. Maybe it's the combination together. It can't be the paper. The paper's been lovely. Okay, let's talk about our next abduction. And if you know of any other abduction stories, and there are millions, and that's where it gets wild. We start talking about alien abductions, and you say, well, it's a fluke. It's a fluke if there's maybe 200 cases, reported cases. But there are hundreds of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and maybe millions. I think millions of reported abduction cases. Millions. Hundreds of millions, maybe. Maybe it's even hundreds of millions of cases. That right there is huge. Wait, let me see. Where the Jewish curls in the side. Wait, I missed it entirely. I'm over here. You got a menorah, a kippah. So a kippah, I've got a kippah, and then of course I've got, I don't even know where the hell they are. Not here. I don't know why I'm looking around like I'm gonna find them, but you never know. Sometimes I just pull shit out. I'm like, hey, look at this. But I've got the thing that goes over the shoulder, that wraps around the arm, wraps around the head. Tefalim. I don't wear them. That's like very religious. I'm not. I'm very relaxed Jewish. I'm all religions. I don't consider myself one religion. I feel for all people. And again, I'm not here to talk religion. So let's keep going. We're going to jump from religion into cattle mutilation. I think that's a great segue. I think if nothing else, that's probably one of the best segues ever. So let me see. So wait, let me catch up on his. I want to grow my peyotes. Is that I forgot what they're called. The Jewish curls on the side. God likes that. God likes that. He likes the little curls that come down. That's why the girls wear it. I like the girls with the curls. I believe in payouts. Yeah, I believe in payouts too, but I don't know what payouts you're talking about. But okay. But still, I do believe. So this one I have to work very hard to get to get a decent hit out of. So kind of let's keep going. Cattle mutilations. Now I have my own independent theories about cattle mutilations. I believe, now, all right, let's go back 40 years, 50 years ago. 50 years ago, farmers were feeding hemp plants to their, cattle. And cattle would break down the raw cannabinoids. And of course, we would eat the cattle, we would eat the pigs. And I think there was a different ecosystem. We'd eat the chickens. There was a different ecosystem to food. So we've stopped doing that. And hence many different diseases we're dealing with now. Okay, where do aliens come in? So if aliens have been running projects on us for incredibly long times with the government, with this, with that, maybe they flying by, they're doing a quick testing. Their scientists are like, hey, let's check their food population. Just look at a random fucking cow, extract all the blood, take its jaw away, take its right eye out, remove the testes, and let's fly the fuck away. And now we've conducted our we don't need to go to a fucking laboratory. We're in a flying laboratory. Right now, that's not so far-fetched because look at all these drones. Look at all these drones right now. And some of them so big, huge. Who's to say these couldn't be flying laboratories? Flying defense, I don't know. So cattle mutilations, they usually involve livestock found dead with specific organs removed, often with surgical precision, and an absence of blood at the scene. This phenomenon has been reported across various states, particularly in the Rocky Mountain region, including Colorado, Wyoming, and New Mexico. So I did a pinpointing on the map to see really where this was happening. New Mexico, Wyoming, and Colorado. And it's generalized right there. So what army bases are close by? What joint army bases could be happening close by for field testing or testing on livestock? These mutilations are very precise. And it's not like it's an animal attacking this livestock. And it's not like it's only happened once or twice or 3 times. But instead, this has happened thousands of times, hundreds of thousands of times. That's how many mutilations have happened across the United States, but mainly in the New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming triangle. It's a big triangle. That's a lot going on. Hey, Tanya, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. Happy Yuletide. Merry happy Hanukkah and Christmas. Hope you've gotten all the presents that you were hoping to get. Remember, this is the time for manifestation. This is creation. It's not about presents, it's about the energy, and you taking that energy and using it. Taking that energy, and as we're going to sleep, believe and manifest the life you want. With the energy of this holiday season, of the Yuletide, the Christmas, the Hanukkah. All the goodness is what we're all sharing right now. But we should be doing this all year long. All year long. We should be good to each other. We should be good to humankind. Helping homelessness, helping hunger, helping find children, families. That is some good tea. The candle's like burning itself out right now. I'm going to show you the end. The end. Here we go. Just going to bring it over here. So the Shema is still burning. The first candle is still burning. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. I don't want to influence them. I'm moving really slow. It's like playing Jenga. So the Shema, which is the candle in the center that lights all the other candles, it's still holding on. Just like the story of Hanukkah. And maybe we'll talk about it, later. of Hanukkah and what exactly it is to the festival of lights, the festival of celebration, the festival of a new year. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this one down. I'm not giving up. No, I'm going to pull this one out. Okay. Menorah, I meant earlier. Menorah, that's my menorah. I have many menorahs, but we don't use them. It's not like we pull them out every Hanukkah and you got them all over the place. We're lighting candles all day long. That's pretty dangerous. No, we got the one menorah, this one right here. We used it earlier as a family. We lit the first candles. We sang the prayers and, we sang the prayers and the candles burned out. And then I came to do it here for the show. I just wanted the show to be a part of that. And then of course we did the Yuletide. So cattle mutilations, and it's a phenomenon that in the 1970s experienced a significant number of cattle mutilations, leading the Colorado Associated Press to name it the state's top story. That means it happened so much, it was being reported on so often, it was the state's top story. Cattle mutilations, but precise, scientific, engineered. The details that there was no blood in the cow, and this happened overnight. No blood on the ground. A clean sight, almost like the cow was lifted, worked on, and then placed there afterwards. So, some researchers have noted that areas with high reports of UFO sightings and cattle mutilations are often in proximity to military, nuclear facilities, remote regions with limited communication infrastructure, like Mount Rainier. Oh, there's a lot to talk about there. Wow. For example, in New Mexico, home to the Los Alamos National Laboratory, the White Sands Missile Range has a history of these reports exactly. Now, additionally, the absence of tracks or evidence around mutilation sites adds to the mystery, suggesting the possibility of aerial involvement like UAPs, UFOs, alien testing labs and facilities. That's deep. That's a lot of shit going on. But right now, the government can't tell us anything about what's flying in the air. I'm drooling. Can't tell us anything about what's flying in the air. And the Brigadier General out of Israel, which this man is salt to the earth. Look, when I tell you somebody is salt to the earth, they are real fucking people that don't lie, you can rely on, you can trust. They would give you everything they had just to save you, just to be righteous in their own way. They are righteous. This guy retired, fucking good guy, did a lot, worked as a soldier in the army with all of his degrees, fucking big degrees. So what does he have to impress you? He doesn't. And he went ahead and told us about alien disclosure. Fuck, that's scary. Because people hear it and they're like, okay, we're so desensitized that we're like, it could be happening. Yes, it could be. And it's wild in its implications. That's why I talk about this right now, because the implications are that when he said the aliens are with an intergalactic or galactic federation are already working with the governments, testing us, working on us. I mean, abductions would hint at the possibility of us being abducted, tested on, vaccines to work with them work with us, COVID, or I don't know. I'm blaming everything right now on aliens, but why not? Look, it's a phenomenon of alien abductions, cattle mutilations, and this continues to intrigue and perplex both the public and researchers when it comes to the mutilations, when it comes to the abductions. The doctor I spoke about, where they're removing, they take an x-ray, somebody comes to them and says, look, I feel like I've been abducted. I'm shortening the stories. There's many people, many cases, hundreds this guy has done. Don't remember the name of the doctor. I should remember it, but I don't. The x-ray, they find the area, the item, and they do a surgery and they remove it. And then they test this. and they don't test it themselves. They send it to an independent, somebody out of the blue, takes it into a testing lab and says, hey, what is this? The test results that come back are astonishing. And this just shows that there is something going on. What, we don't know, but something. So, while numerous cases have been documented, there's definitive explanations remain elusive. But from our government, all explanations right now remain elusive. How can we trust in them when we are already finding out all of these things? I trust the Brigadier General. I trust in what he said. Yeah, I don't know what I just spit out a second ago. He said, he gave us this about it on the other show. And you know something? I believe in what he said. So now this makes me leery, which I was already, but even more so now, of the governing policy or the governing people or the governing body that rules over my family, over the education, over our infrastructure, over our ideology. Told you, it's deep. It's deep. Look, oh, good, we're an hour in. Wow, all right, thank God. I wanted to wait, an hour in. I don't like to get deep until we're at least an hour in. All right, keep going here. Let's sparky this one. So, okay. Now this one, I believe, is the Voyager 1. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I can smell that. Right. Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. The aroma. Wow. Okay. Okay. Lemony. Smooth. Wow. To me, every joint is a different. It's not so much just about, oh, let's get high and smoke a joint. Let's smoke a joint and chit chat. Let's bring our heads together, ideas. To me, some of the best business meetings have been done over a joint. In a parking of cars or in the back seat of a vehicle. I remember I used to work at this cell phone store. I was a manager of a shop in Houston that sold a shitload of stores. I mean, we outsold everybody. I came up with marketing ideas that brought in so many people. It was just sick. And all of this was devised in the back seat of an Isuzu Amigo. In the mornings, we would have a manager meeting or a store meeting. And so it was me and a bossy. We'd sit in the back seat. We'd light up the joint and we'd bring in two of the managers or two of the workers at a time. There were 4 workers inside, so we'd bring out 2 and they'd sit in the driver's seat, passenger seat, and me and the bossy would sit in the back seat and we'd smoke a joint and we'd pass it to them and we'd talk about the day and talk about our sales goals and talk about what we wanted to do. First thing in the morning before the day really started, just so we had the right mindset as a team. And then they'd take a few hits. I'm like, okay. And I'd send Fernandino. No, he was a good kid. I'd be like, okay, go in and get the other employee, bring them out. So he'd get out of the car, smoke would billow out, and he'd get the other employee. They'd come in and pass the joint. Be like, good morning, how are you? How you feeling? Get you motivated. Because you'd know that you could, outside in the car during our little smoke session in the morning, it wasn't anybody lording over anybody. We were all the same. And we're all coming from the same level, trying to achieve the same things with the same mindset. So let's all get on the same mindset. If you're hurting in your life, let's hear about it. Let's fix it. Let's do what we can do. If you need emotional support, we're here. If you need encouragement, we're here. You need motivation, we are here. That's our morning joint. That's why this smoke sesh that we do right now is so important. Highly motivated smoke sesh is bringing a community together, bringing people together. Whether you smoke or you don't, it doesn't matter. Whether you use cannabis or you don't use cannabis, it doesn't matter. We all have an end. We are all We all have the same blood pumping through our bodies, the same energy and emotion and excitement. We are all here being the same, all the same under the tree or under the leaf. And that's what this show is. This show is no expectations. It's an hour out of your life, maybe 2, maybe 3, depends on how long I talk. But in that, that's our chance to come together. That's our chance to chit chat, toke it up, laugh at each other, laugh at me, laugh at life, or even question the reality of everything around us. I mean, I know that's deep, but that's what the show is for. In the first hour of the show, I try not to get too deep. I try not to delve into the deepest places of questions that we could ask. I do sometimes. I dabble into the deeper stuff, like 30 minutes in. Let me see. Women are into getting men killed. It's a sacrifice. We are bulls. Just saying. Wait, I missed some of the other comments because that got serious. Wait. Up ahead, above, I see. It's a wait. Men wanted the blood from the cattle, and that is wait. Oh God, what did I miss? Righteous men like the curls on other men. Men wanted the blood from the cattle. That's it. Nothing else. Maybe an organ, derangement. They wanted the blood, but the way it was left, what for? What is this blood, the bovine blood, for? And if you look in the bovine blood testing and what some of the elements can create for interstellar travel on anti-gravity powered ships. Oh, it's all over myself. Let me just. I might have packed these too tight, or the bun was sticky, and sticky's good, but it's hard to smoke sometimes. If it's not look what I'm doing. Look what it's doing to my coney cones. I packed it myself. I do a shitty packing. I do a nice roll. I can roll a joint good, but the packing of cones, it's like you're jamming it in there. It's like you're plunging a toilet, hoping that everything gets in the right and you don't tear the paper. There's a lot of hoping. Wait, let me get back to next content. I gotta see what's happening. So, it's a sacrifice, bloodletting. Biblically, the sacrifice had to be at least 500 bulls. Wait, did you hear what Israel did? Sacrificing the pure white bull this year at the full sun, blah, 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 recently, like a few months ago. Or maybe a month ago. I don't know, maybe it wasn't that long ago. That's kind of fucking weird. Anyways, let me see what else. That wakes up the Lord. David always did at least 1,000. Women are into getting men killed. Okay, dun 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 dun. Men want the blood. Just saying, they are very nutrient deficient or female deficient. They are desperate. Wait. We are the sacrifice. Well, now the Viking, I don't know where this, but I will say the Vikings used to sacrifice people and take their blood, and then also animals as well, but they would throw it on the land as a sacrifice into the land for the crops to grow. That's pretty serious crop growing nutrients. I mean, our blood does contain. Let me see. Wait, the Jews? The Jews. Well, not just really so much the Jews, but the land of Israel. So I guess the Jewish people did a sacrifice of white bulls. Look it up. I don't want to be totally wrong. I can say it because I'm Jewish. So I'm like, this is what they fucking did. I heard about it. I don't know if they've done the sacrifice yet, but I do know I watched a program that the people that were supplying these cattle or the bulls, which were very rare and very incredibly pure bloodlined or something. And then there's an altar in Israel where these bulls are being sacrificed. And that's happening in Israel. I think this already happened. I think this happened at a certain alignment with the sun and the this and the that. It's deep shit. Very deep. I told you, we get deep. We get deep without even thinking we're about to get deep. We get deep. Boom. I want to show you something neat here. So the Hanukkah menorah right here, all the candles, they just burn themselves completely out. These days, I remember tons of wax. I remember all this wax all over the place. And now, all the candles that I use, it's like magic. They disappear. I kind of miss that candles all over the place shit. Anyway, so that was our candles that burned out. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Merry Yule, Kwanzaa, there's others. Oh, and Spartanalia, the Roman one. Spartanalia. Happy Spartanalia. Hey, Spartanalia. Hey, all right. Don't be welcome to the show. May, hope y'all are having a beautiful night. Well, thank you so much. I hope you're having a beautiful day and night. Actually, I've got to tell you, leading up to the show, my energy was all over the place. I was uneasy, restless. I was fine all day. All day, everything was great. But I guess an hour leading up to the show, I was all over the place mentally, physically. I couldn't bring my energy to kind of meditate or center myself before the show. So the start of the show today would be me all over the place. Me just, all right, let's do this. I got to do this. What am I doing? I don't even know what's happening. What time is it? It's just, and knowing it, look, I was 7:30. I'm like, oh, I got 30 minutes until the show starts. Great. And I just stood there. I'm like, I don't know. I'm waiting for that mode to come to me, that feeling of what to talk about. And then what eases me every time is right before the show starts, I remind myself, I'm like, no topics, no expectations. And then tonight, I was like, look, tonight, special edition, holiday, intertwining of holidays and the understanding of the holidays mean. So that's what we were talking about tonight. And then, of course, cattle mutilation. Why not? Why not get absolutely wild with all of that shit? So, okay. New Year's Eve is coming. And we're going to have a New Year's special. But New Year's Eve is on the way. And what is New Year's? New Year's Eve is changing from one year to the next. It's letting go of all that ails you. It's letting go. It's reminding ourselves once a year that we need to let go of these issues, let go of these problems, let go of all of that we carry so that it doesn't become us throughout the day. And that throughout the day, our authentic self can come out, our happy self, our calm self, our clear-headed self, instead of the self that is carrying the past, carrying the future. Conversation that me and Gideon had today, where he was talking about the fourth dimension being a layer of time. We had a deep conversation. It was deep. It was probably one of the deeper conversations I've had with him, and it's very exciting to see his interest in some of the same things that interest me in space and time. And I thought it was great, the topic he came to me with, even though I didn't agree with the everything. I wanted him to hear my point of view on it because it's such an important thing to understand time. We spoke about it on the show many moons ago, how time is a construct it's our construct. We create it. And in that creation of time, the past is happening now. The future, it's happening now. There's nothing else but right now. Time is like a river. We can speed it up. We can slow it down. Time is physical. It's like a physical energy. Even Einstein said that it can be looped and bent and shaped. It's malleable. That's big shit. It is. Because then you start talking about time, space, is very closely related to time. So if time is a perception, and so is space. So space and time are just a perception of the quantum computers all connected together and what they want it to be, which is all of us. I know it's very deep. It's very deep. It's very deep. Hope you're having me too. I was having a weird vibe today. Couldn't wait to get away and relax. I know. I don't know what it was. Well, throughout the day I had a weird vibe, and then right before the show I had a crazy vibe. Like everything all at once, it was just hitting me. And I'm like, wow. I mean, it was a lot of energy, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was pacing a little bit. I'm like, I was freaking out. And then I realized, look, I said no topics, no expectations. The show is what it's going to be. It's a smoke sesh. It's a time to relax. So just relax or get on there and just talk and smoke. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. It's just a talk. It's just a smoke. And it's both religions, all people, all humans coming together. And I love that we're all coming together tonight on this perceived holy night, which is holy, it's holy. It's holy. It is, and it's even more holy with the intertwining of it. So I'm excited on this holiday edition. As you see, I decorated for the holiday edition. Thank you, Ange, for helping. This was like a last minute idea, and I stole her wrapping paper. And I'm like, I'm holding it. I'm like, what are you doing it? And she's like, I got it. Grabs the staple gun, like pop, pop, throws it at me. She goes, do the rest. You got this. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. And that's fantastic. But isn't this great? Holiday edition. I wish I had a little bow just to throw over there somewhere, just to. But it's exciting to be with family. I've been with family all day, and I love that. You know, I love at least the recharging of that energy, people being together, the warmth of that. I do wish we would have watched more bad movies together. Maybe did more hot chocolate. But going into the new year, the refreshing of the year and your soul, you know, the letting go, the taking in. New Year's is a symbolic of a clean slate, a time to reflect on the past year and look forward to new opportunities. So it's not thinking about the future. It's opening yourself up to new opportunities. You're reflecting on the past, reflecting on that emotional roller coaster, on the decisions, on the understanding. But you're doing it now. You're assimilating it now. You're not living then, you're just reflecting on it. So it's a chance to refresh your mind and your soul by embracing the gratitude for the lessons learned and hope, belief in what's to come. So not need, not want, but belief in what's to come. And I believe we all deserve good. I believe we all deserve a fair shake, and we all deserve good energy. I believe in you. I believe in your power, your energy, your goodness. I believe in you. And that's powerful. It's powerful because you can't take that energy back. I already put it out there to you. I believe in your amazingness, in your ability, in your creation, in your manifestation. I believe in it. Belief is a power. Belief is universe changing, universe creating. That's wild. So you can't take it back. I've already put it out there. That's the belief I sent to you, and that's the belief that you're going to take. Enjoy it. Okay, so we all know that resolutions, we all think of resolutions at this part of the year. The rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield for a reason. Don't look back. Focus on best future forward, making better choices, and making a change for yourself. That's powerful. By living for these words, living for those type of actions, we put ourselves in good actions by putting kindness in the world. It's creating a certain frequency. And when you create that certain frequency, you're opening up your mind, your body, your soul, your yin, your yang, whatever you want to call it. You're opening it up to that frequency. You're opening it up for that frequency to come back. It's like you're standing in a pond. And when you stand in that pond, you send out ripples. You send out amazing ripples. Don't worry about them. Your kindness is going out there. Just let it go. Let it happen. Do what you can do where you can do as much and as much or as little. But it comes back. Don't wait for it. Don't want it. Don't think about it. No. But open your mind to the opportunities. Opportunities are in front of you every single day, and we pass them every day. We don't look for it. We look past. It's not a bad tea. It's not bad. At first, I didn't like it until the honey kicked in. It's peppermint, black tea, ashwagandha, hibiscus, Jamaican hibiscus, and cannabis. I don't know what cannabis. I don't know which one. I was just told it's cannabis. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Thank you. Very exciting. Very exciting. And an incredible amount of honey. Like so much honey. Every time I take a sip of it, I feel like I'm like, okay. I think every time I sip it, my mind kind of gets more into the music, into the vibe. Music changes the world for real, on a large scale. But 100% positivity and influence the world. And it's the magic that we can put out there. It's the kindness that we can do. Every day we can bring a little more kindness to the world. Every single day we can bring a little more kindness. Oh my God, I'm sitting here and I'm holding both now. I just realized it. I'm like, so I was like double doinked. I'm double doinked. I mean, I had a doink and a doink and a doink. And then of course the dog is named Zoink. So we have a doink, doink, and a zoink. Or a doink, 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 and a zoink. Or I've got lots of doinks and a zoink. Let's continue back with this one. I don't even know what's happening anymore. I don't even know what this is, but it's lovely. Okay, so where am I? I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it doesn't matter. So going into the new year, resolutions. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. People want to lose weight, so they start doing it right there at New Year's. And then they can't stick to this crazy diet they've just given themselves. A lot of pressure, a lot of expectation, a shock to the brain, then a shock to the body, a shock to the microbiome, and nothing's gonna work. And then they're like, all right, fuck this, I'm going back to eating, or I'm going back to this, or I'm going back to that. It's like smoking. Every time I tried to quit smoking cigarettes, not weed, I quit cigarettes so I can smoke more of this. You can't do both. It was a lot. It was a lot. So every time I wanted to quit smoking, I did it on New Year's. Like right there at 12, I'd have that last cigarette. I'm like, that's it, people. This is it. And I'd put it down. It's like every fucking year I quit. Every year for like 15 years. It was a little ridiculous. So put the cigarette down, and then 12 o'clock passed. It's the next day. I wake up. That nicotine's calling. And it was tough. And so you go as long as you can go, but you're messing with your mood because nicotine's coming out of your body, and it messes with your mind, and it messes with your brain. And it's a lot. So if you quit smoking, it's a lot of pressure. So no matter what you're trying to do, and you're trying to do it there at New Year's, it's an incredible amount of pressure. Do it before New Year's. Do it like in December. Early December, start quitting. Or start trying to lose weight. Or so as you're leading up to this monumentous changeover of the year, it's just from one date going to the next. The calendar and time were all created by man, by human. Human beings created time and calendar. This is our creation. So changing over of the year is in observance of the equinoxes and the solstices and the changing of the planet and the universe combined. So in our perception of space and time, yes, they all kind of coincide. So we're using time and calendar as a way to organize life and to organize the chaos of the universe. Maybe that's what space and time is, the organization of universe chaos, which is chaos in ever creation. Okay. You don't think God gave the calendar and time to man? No. I think we did it through our early observations. I mean, look at some of these cave drawings. People sat there. They had no fucking TV. They had no radio. You know, they were sitting there watching their herds or their foods, livestock, or to hunt. And as they watched the sun go. And they'd be there for, say, they would count 365 days and be like, oh, and in this 365 days, the sun went from here to here in, you know, the horizontal ecliptical pattern. And so they marked things down. Information was passed from one person to the next. I mean, do I think they gave us the ability to be able to perceive this information? What we perceive to be God, what we perceive to be our evolution or our growth from just energy to being what we are now. Being, you know, once we came out of the water and we learned to breathe air. I mean, think of that evolution into man or into human, and then human into evolved to now, into these thinking fucking powerhouses that can create quantum, what? A quantum chip? Willow. I think about Willow all the time. Quantum chip that can do calculations that are beyond any computing power in a quadrillion universes. That's even beyond the time of fathomable. We created that, though. I mean, not us, the people at Google, but the Akashic record of man, of human, of thought, of emotion. Wow. I missed a comment. You don't think us? They were diviners. You need to the time Haley's comment. We knew the yearly seasons, but not precise. I think it's maybe there was outside influence that influenced early man into their understanding of time and calendar. Yes, I would say there was early influence coming into a new year. There was influence that taught people. Who were they? Maybe they were. Look, ancient aliens would say that the early gods that intermingled with man brought them incredible information. But I don't know, resolutions often fail because they are tied to a single date, putting immense pressure on success. Don't make it about a specific date. Gradual change is more sustainable. Start your resolutions before New Year's so that you can ease into the new habits. You change one small thing and you are making enormous changes everywhere around you. One small change makes big changes, but you got to start somewhere. Sudden, drastic changes shock the body and mind, often leading to frustration, leading to people giving up on their resolutions. Don't give up. You are powerful. You are amazing. But don't tie it to one day. And if you fail, it's okay. Pick it right back up. If you were not trying to have a cigarette, but you have a cigarette because it's hard, you had a cigarette. Okay, you fucked up. Big deal. Get rid of what you have and start over. Start over. Or slowly wean yourself off. Instead of going cold turkey, which is really bad for the mind and body, especially with nicotine, it's a lot to mess with you. Trust me, I went through it. It took me, because of these fucking vapes, and they messed up my lungs, I feel like. The nicotine ones. It took me like 2 years to get off of nicotine. It had a tight hold on my mind and my body and my eating habits. I mean, when I quit smoking, I gained a considerable amount of weight. And I've decided to keep it on because it's very comfortable. I was too skinny. So I was looking at myself going, you know, Warren, you're way too skinny. You can quit smoking. Gain a little bit, still be pretty comfy. So So I went with comfy. Let me see. I don't know. I think somebody gave us knowledge. I think knowledge was shared with us. It was shared with us. And so it's a big deal. So look, instead of setting rigid goals, set intentions. Focus on incremental improvements and celebrate small wins. Look, you're winning. Celebrate it. Feel good about the things you do. You only want to achieve more when you celebrate, when you remember you. Look, when I used to sell cars, I would be like, look, I'm going to sell 20 cars this month. 20 cars. It was a long time ago. The guy at the car lot was like, you're not going to sell 20 cars. People here don't sell 20 cars. I'm just telling you. You're not going to do it. You're not. Come back and I tell Ange, I'm like, I'm going to go sell 20 cars this month. Make us some money. And she goes, I believe in you. I'm like, thank you. I took that energy. I took that belief. And I'm a really good salesman. And I went and sold 20 fucking cars. I don't know what that was all about. But I didn't set goals. I set that as a goal, but I sell one car, I celebrate. Then I'd be like, sell 5 cars, let's celebrate. 10 cars, let's celebrate. And if I didn't hit the 20 and I hit 18, it's still big celebration because of the energy that I put into that. It was a 20 car energy. It was a 100 car energy. It was 1,000 car energy because some months I sold more. And the owner of the car lot every month be like, okay, how many cars are you going to sell for me today, huh? This month we have lots of good cars. I'm like, I don't know. Are they good cars? Let's care about the people. Make the car easier for me to sell. Don't give me a piece of shit. Don't give me a lemon. I can't sell that. I won't sell it. I think that's why I stopped selling cars, because there's a very fine line of authenticity of individual and a sale. You need that sale to feed your family and pay the bills. But then you as an authentic individual that's searching for deeper meaning in your life, you can't sell a piece of shit to somebody. You can't. It hurts you. So you just don't. You stop. You're like, no, this is not the work for me. I mean, I can do it, but it's not about money. I mean, it's about money. I need money. But I can't kill my soul or kill who I authentically want to be. That makes me happy inside to pay the bills. I can find something else. So I don't know. Timing is everything when it comes to an engine. Timing is everything when it comes to an engine. Yes. There's an eternal engine. We need a precision for motor works. Timing is everything. It's in engineering. It's in the food we eat. It's like we pulled from an understanding and a knowing that was somewhere else. Mankind pulls from this Akashic record. That's what I'm going to call it. The incredible library of emotion and thought and history and invention and mathematics and theoretical whatever. It's all there. From all of us, from all of our realities. Maybe that's where the willow chip was pulling from. That's big. So New Year's, quickly talking about New Year's, look, and resolutions, gradual change is better. Don't go through this sudden crazy stuff. Just remember to enjoy the small things and celebrate the small wins. Really quickly, before I forget, I want to say Merry Christmas to my family in England. Happy Hanukkah to my family in Israel. And of course, my family to everybody, each and every one of you. Merry, happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Yule, Spartanalia. I'm liking that one. That seems powerful. It's like we're going to have a Roman battle in honor of the Spartanalia. Sparta. Okay. I feel like a Roman battle or something. Maybe I'm going to go watch Sparta. This is Sparta! Or what is the other one? The Colosseum and their whatever. So, let's talk, okay, tradition of celebrating New Year's. Where does it come from? Where does it originate? Without time, there is no space. The distance between 2 points is actually a time measurement. Isn't that wild? So if time is just a perception of ours, then so is space, also being just a perception. I have a great definition of it that I have to, after I can find it, I'll read it. But it's a great definition of space and time and the understanding. Or an organism, well, time is a physical thing. Even Einstein said you can bend it, it's malleable, you can move it. And Einstein has been proven like 90% fucking amazing. So who else and where did New Year's come from? The celebration of the New Year is one of humanity's oldest traditions, dating back over 4,000 years to ancient Babylonian times. 4,000 years ago, they were celebrating New Year's Eve. The Babylonians celebrated the first new moon after the vernal equinox, making spring as the start of a new year. So spring became the start of a new year, the new blossom, the new beginning. How amazing. So the modern, that was a nice hit. So the modern New Year on January 1st was established by Julius Caesar in 46 BC with the introduction of the Julian calendar. Time is a creation. The calendar is a creation. So we celebrate January 1st because Caesar created it and introduced the Julian calendar. Very interesting. Actually, the day to honor the Janus, the Roman transitions and doorways, symbolized by his two faces, one looking forward, one looking back. Very. So, January 1st, there's one looking forward, we're reflecting on the past, not living it, and it's moving forward, always. So that's really interesting. The Roman god of beginnings, transition, doorways. What is it, like a passageway into a new reality? Today, let me see. I think today we celebrate to acknowledge time's passage and our ability to start anew, blending cultural traditions. And they'd open up, they'd have their own traditions for the New Year's, much like the Yule traditions and the Yule sayings turned into prayers in Christianity. The decorating of the tree into the Christian religion. Why do we celebrate New Year's? So it's a collective moment of transition, uniting people worldwide in a shared experience of joy, of hope, of belief. Wow, that's the energy. Kindness. Once a year, not to be shitheads and to be better humans. Maybe we forget every single time. Like we do as good as we can for as long as we can, and then we forget about humans and that we're humans and other humans need humans. And then the new year comes in and it reminds us, hey, be good, be kind, be real, be authentic. There's joy and hope when we all get together and help each other. Maybe it's the act of celebrating with fireworks and feasts and parties, symbolizing the letting go of the old, embracing the now, the joy of family during the holidays, the joy of people right there at the countdown. As you're counting down into a new year, you are letting go of the old, you are letting go of the past, and you are embracing now and forward momentum. What have I done? Letting go out. You approach the world with enthusiasm and excitement. And maybe that new year is a beginning. Look, I think Christmas is the beginning of New Year's. And I say that because it's a celebration from now straight through to January 1st. Right now begins the celebration. Right now begins the joyous singing, the community laughter, the extra kindness, the extra energy, the extra excitement. Wow. That's some cool shit. Why can't we be like that all year long? Wow. Actually, this is lovely. I just keep asking everywhere. It's terrible, I don't know. It serves as a reminder that change is constant, and every ending is a new beginning. Every yin has a yang. Every yang has a yin. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. I don't know. The new year is an opportunity to reflect, evolve, rather than a time to overhaul your entire life overnight. Incrementally. Don't be so hard on yourself. Celebrate small achievements, because life is now. Life might not be a tomorrow there. This is all you might have. This is it. And if this is it, be it. Be here and present in everything that you do, in every place that you are. Don't always think of the past. Don't let the past consume you. Be your present. Be your current now. Be your future. If that's what you believe in, be your belief for the creation of your life. But be it every day, every moment, every second. Have purpose, have kindness, have understanding. You don't have to be nice to be kind. Don't let people step on you. You be powerful. You be amazing. Be everything. Don't quiet your voice for anybody. Be the authentic you every single day. Don't wear a mask for your boss. Don't wear a mask for the school board or your neighbors or your friends or your husband or wife. Don't wear a mask. Be the authentic you every single day, every moment. Because that's all we have. All we have is every moment. And it might not be tomorrow. It's right now. And that's what New Year's is to me. It's another year, another energy, another community. It's the time everybody comes together. And it's the energy that they all possess together that I feed off of. I love it. Because we're all extra kind. We're all extra understanding. But I want that all year long. Give as much whenever, wherever, however you can. It's not money. It's time, it's effort, it's understanding. If we open our minds to helping and being loving and understanding to people again, it changes the world a little bit. And if one person does a little bit, imagine if all of us do. That little bit becomes a really big something. And that's the beginning of change. The beginning of something. Wow. See, we've talked about a lot. I told you it's been an interesting. Let me just see if I missed anything. Neville, let me see talking points. Let me just. Okay, want to make sure I didn't miss. I do have. Okay, so Neville Goddard, manifestation and the ladder technique. So I figured if we had time tonight, I would try to I don't know, I've talked about this before, and I like to teach people about manifestation and how easy it is for you to be able to control your understanding of the world around you. Once you understand the technique, it's about replicating it in your own way and getting that into memory. And then when you understand why, then you realize it's you having to trick that it's working. It's you having to see it work station in order to do it again and do it differently and better and maybe more fine-tuned. You've always got to start somewhere. So Neville Goddard, the father of I don't know, I really wish I had more of a breakdown of the guy. Here, let me start here. So he shaped the way many people think about manifestation. Neville Goddard. He was a 20th century teacher, mystic, writer, whose work revolves around the power of imagination and belief. Born in Barbados in 1905, Neville later moved to the United States, where he shared his teachings about the mind's ability to shape reality. He believed that we are all creators of our own experiences. So unlike many other spiritual teachers of his time, Neville's ideas were refreshingly simple. Simplicity. Your imagination is God. It's not outside of you, it's within you. So Goddard's philosophy on manifestation, one of Neville's key teachings, is that imagination creates reality. He taught that if you can vividly imagine something and feel it as real in your mind, it must manifest in the physical world. He stressed the importance of feeling, belief. That's really the key word, is believing in it. You don't just think about what you want. You feel as though it's already yours. So Neville would often say, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This means living as though your desire has already come true, even before you see any evidence of it. You see it as belief, as it's already life and it's already real. You can already smell it and taste it and feel it. Reality is like, well, shit, I mean, I have to make that right. I have to make it real. So there was a technique, and you had to believe in it. You had to continue believing in it. You had to continue believing in it for a period of time. It wasn't like just one night of manifestation and you're like, what the fuck, nothing's happening. Why is nothing happening? Why? It takes time. And sometimes it's immediate and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just, wow. That just like it read my mind, like it read your mind. Like you believed it and felt it so much in one manifestation that your whole life changed. Almost like you were dropped into a new reality. Be careful what you wish for. I think that's where it comes from. Be careful what you wish for. That just hit me deep. That hit me incredibly deep. Because if you believe it to be true, it becomes true. Both good and bad. So, Neville Goddard had what was called the ladder technique. And this is the technique that he taught all of his beginning students. And once they not only mastered this, then they never thought of it again because it was the beginning. Just to understand why you do it, how you do it, what it's doing. Here we go. One of Neville's famous exercises was to demonstrate the power of imagination is the ladder technique. It's a simple yet powerful way to prove to yourself that your mind creates your reality. Your mind creates your physical reality. You are the individual quantum computer. I'm always telling you, you should listen. Here, let me tell you how it works. So, before going to sleep, imagine yourself climbing a ladder. Feel the texture of the rungs under your hands, the strain in your muscles as you climb, and the sensation of pulling yourself up. Picture it vividly, as if it's happening. Then, during the day, affirm to yourself, I will not climb a ladder. This creates a sort of mental conflict, but the vividness of your imagination wins out. Most people who try this technique end up climbing a ladder within days, often unexpectedly. So I've tried this many times, and every time I'm climbing a fucking ladder, and it's not just a ladder, you replace it with different things, with different beliefs that life that you believe are already happening, that you believe are already current. And when he would say this during the day, you would have to reaffirm, I will not climb a ladder. During your waking day, you wake up, have a note, write it down, I will not climb a ladder. Write it down. Maybe have it on your mirror, with lipstick on it, or, I will not climb a ladder, or a note on your bathroom counter or in your car, and have it in numerous places. And then as you're going to sleep, manifest you climbing a ladder. That's it, simple. And imagine the strain of the hand as you're pulling up one after another, after another, after another. It's not even just imaginating it. It's not just the imagination, it's the belief in it. It's feeling it, seeing it. And then it could be days later, it could be a week later. You're climbing a ladder. And then you're going to be halfway up that ladder and realize, holy shit, I'm climbing a ladder. But everything said, I'm not going to climb a ladder, but look at me, I'm right here. Life makes it so. If you manifest it in your mind, and your mind believes it, your mind believes it. Believes it. Not just you believe in it, but your mind actually fucking picks up on it and says, oh, wait, no, it's belief. It's belief. I see it. It's happening. All right. I believe it. Then the physical realm has to level out the playing field and say, yes, it's real. And it's so if you're manifesting a vehicle, a ride, transportation, opportunity, manifestation of it represents itself however it wants to. It's like you ask for an amount of money and it'll never give you an amount of money. So the idea is to show you the power of assuming a state of mind and letting it work for you. So you let the state of mind work for you. During the day, we have the past that we're always somehow thinking about, in the future that we're always somehow thinking about, and we're missing the right now, that we could do that right now creation, right now feeling, the right now everything. It's hard for us to let go of all that shit and put it on the imaginary table, but we should. So, clarity, it's this big, but you're going to sleep. Be clear about what you want. Vague desires lead to vague results. That's what I was kind of trying to say. Close your eyes and imagine your desire as though it's already happened. Make the scene vivid and rich in detail, rich in thought. Feel it. Most importantly, feel the emotion you would feel if your desire were real. The joy, the gratitude, the peace. Feel it. Persist. Hold on to the feeling even if the outer world shows no evidence, shows nothing at all. Neville called this living in the end. So continue your faith in your belief, in your manifestation. So do it. And so what he doesn't go into, do it, manifest it. For 4 days during the day, say, I will not climb a ladder. Have that every fucking place you go. note in letters in your head. You're going to remind yourself. And when you're going to sleep and you're manifesting, just like I said, with those specific ideas and understandings, you're manifesting, and you're going to start manifesting you climbing the ladder. And every action of you, and when you get to the top of the ladder, you're going to climb to the bottom of the ladder and then back to the top of the ladder until you can't remember anything anymore. Do this for 4 nights. That's it. And then don't expect anything anymore. Expect nothing. Neville emphasized that faith and persistence are key. He would often say, you must persist in the assumption that your desire is already fulfilled. Even when doubt creeps in, keep returning to the feeling of your wish being real. This is pretty powerful. Neville's teachings remind us that we are not at the mercy of circumstances. Instead, we are the creators of our lives. What you assume to be true will eventually harden into fact. To me, that's powerful. That's magic. That's abracadabra. Speak it into existence. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Speak it into existence. That's what abracadabra means. It's in Hebrew. No, that's the most powerful thing right there. If you're new to these ideas, start small. Try the ladder technique, or imagine a simple desire. Prove to yourself that it works. That's sometimes all it takes. Prove to yourself that you are the creator. Prove to yourself that you are manifesting reality you are manifesting your reality. So start small and prove to yourself. I mean, remember, the key is to live into the end. Your imagination is the blueprint for your future. It's your imagination and your beliefs. What you believe will become true. Neville Goddard said, "The world is a mirror, forever reflecting what you're doing within yourself. If you can master your inner world, the outer world will naturally follow." So, what are you imagining today? What feelings are you embodying? That's what's creating your tomorrow. And I always say, look, your day is created by your thoughts. Your day is created by your perception of the world around you. Every day can be a shitty day. Every day can be an amazing day. Every day can be marvelous and magical. It's how you see it. It's how you approach it. With how some people would perceive some of my days to be very rough and emotionally tough. I take, and please understand, I'm sorry, not sorry. This is life, and this is how moving on in the world of understanding of Oren is. I take the responsibility of life and I put it on this table, this imaginary table. I take the bills, the emotions, the heartaches, the stress, the frustration, take all of that and I put it on this imaginary table. I breathe a little bit easier. After you take all that off, it's like, whoa, I was carrying a lot of shit, a lot. I was dragging all of that, all of those heavy boulders. I was dragging up this hill. It was heavy. It was down. My back's feeling better. Holy shit. I can breathe a little bit. The air is just a little bit sweeter. Huh. So I have an ability just to let go of shit. I didn't forget about it. It's right there on that imaginary table. And I deal with things individually. Oh, that's a heavy bill. I've got to do that. That's stress. I'll stress right now. Okay, paid, done. Okay, I feel better. I've let go. It's gone. I've forgotten about it. I don't even know what's going on back there because there's nothing going on back there. It's all in the now. That's what I try to keep my life at. Do I do it all the time? No. Do I practice as I preach? No. And yes, We talked about it in an episode not too far back. Practicing as we preach, being authentic to our word. I am as best as anybody can be. I try every day to be better. I mess up sometimes. I get angry sometimes. I let my emotions overwhelm me. And I shouldn't, but we all do. We all do. So bright in here. Okay, maybe I'm gonna put this one down. All right, I'll pick this one back up. So, I think we need to take hold of our imagination again. And we do that through manifestation. During the day, we can't do it. Most people, I can't. I try in micro manifestations. I try. My best manifestations are as I'm falling asleep, and I believe in the things that I see. I believe in the things that I create in my subconscious, and they become reality. I think that's where they say, be careful of what you dream of, or be careful of what you dream for, or whatever. However that saying goes, I would think it relates to manifestation. I mean, for some people, his philosophies, Neville Goddard's philosophies, they help me to rethink I rethink imagination. I rethink reality. I rethink what is really possible. And when you see that you can change your reality, it's wild. And that pushed me to be more authentic with me, which is why this show is about authenticity as well. It's highly motivated. I am motivated for every show. I am motivated to be with the audience every single episode because there's a magic that creates. There's a community that builds, an energy that is electric. And that to me is magical. And if I left anybody out on happy holidays and all the blessings that I've sent out, I apologize if I've left you out. My brain is everywhere, but I feel I've sent out all the energies of this time period. But remember, I want to see it all year round. I want to see the energy of goodness, the energy of kindness, the energy of people all year round. I mean, not just stoners, not just smokers, not just cannabis, aficionados. We are all the same. Even if you're not using cannabis, you don't have to. To spread kindness, you don't have to use cannabis, but it helps. Weed works. So again, happy holidays, everybody. Welcome, highly motivated. The holiday special. Ho, ho, ho. Spin the dreidel. Dreidel, 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 oh dreidel I will play. Dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay. I forgot the words, so I'm gonna stop right there. I'm too high, can't remember. It's gonna hit me later. I'm gonna leave the show, and then it's gonna be all about dreidel, dreidel, dreidel the entire time. This is the mule fuel combination. Very terpy. Mule fuel was like 30% from Goldflower. If you're in Florida, medical cannabis, good shit. They deliver free same day. Okay. It's the truth. I'm just letting you know. I mean, it's a great deal. But earlier, it was very spicy. I could taste the spicy, tickling my nose. But it's good. It's a good sativa. I like the effects because then it changes my energy. It changes my now. Gives me more pep to get some things done. Even some ideas that I have, let's write them down. Let's look at it. Let's research it. Let's go, 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 go. And I love that towards the end of the night because for me, I'm refreshing. I am, even on holiday, it gives me more attentive time, creative time with my kids, which I believe right now everybody's playing video games. That's during the holidays, first night of Hanukkah and the whole first day of Christmas, everybody's playing games. Games are like the number one thing. All these multiplayer games are on fire. Oh, there's no more espresso. But there's a little bit of tea. We just, that is peppermint, but not very strong. Like it hits you a little bit, like it's holiday-ish, like almost like a candy cane. But black tea, ashwagandha, hibiscus, cannabis, that's a good nighttime tea. Well, not so much. The black tea's got caffeine, so maybe not. That would be a good afternoon tea. That's definitely holiday. Puts me in a holiday mood. The ashwagandha changes your mood. If you have a bad mood, you're having a bad day, you have a cup of tea with ashwagandha root, and the rest of your day is like, I'm good. You assimilate things differently. The emotional side of you is still emotional, but your body and mind take time to catch up with each other. The ashwagandha catches everything up. That's some good mental shit right there. Great stress reduction, but no stress. I don't care. Fantastic. Sometimes you need that during the holidays. So just in case you're looking for it, go find some ashwagandha tea. And during the holidays, on its own, it's not very tasty. You need to mix it with some shit. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight on another excellent smoke session. Another excellent get-together, hangout, community vibe, energy, and on one of the greatest mashups of them all. Hanukkah and Christmas are intertwined today, ever more than any other day. I think that's an energy all its own. I think that's a great reason to come together to a smoke session just like this. So again, when you find us, we're here 3 times a week live for however long. It might be an hour, it might be 3 hours, whatever. It might be 2 hours and 17 minutes because that's what's going on. Like, done. No. But yeah, it was just, that was some of the things I wanted to talk about. I've been really big early in the show. Somebody brought up the UAPs, the unidentified phenomenon, the UFOs. That's why I've been talking about aliens a lot, or alien contact, or the alien possibilities. And tonight what I brought up was something so much darker, was why is our government not telling us? Are they not telling us is because maybe the truth is much darker than we could even think? That's heavy. That's heavy. The actual truth might be so dark, so evil. Our own government having a hand in deceiving us for technology, for power. Maybe for the serum to live forever. So, in previous shows, I've spoken about people that have come out recently in disclosure, and I mentioned, of course, the Israeli Brigadier General. That's pretty high position, and for 30 years, he ran the security on their space program. So, big guy with a lot of pull. So let's go back here a little bit. August 2024. There was a former Harold Malmgren, a former senior advisor to multiple U.S. presidents, claimed he was briefed in the 1960s by the CIA official Richard Bissell about other world technologies. His revelations coincided with the release of a book by Luis Elizondo, a former Pentagon UFO program worker, who asserts that the U.S. possesses advanced technology of non-human origin. Elizondo alleges a secret crash retrieval program has been recovering UFOs since the Roswell incident in 1947. These claims have also sparked renewed discussions about government transparency regarding unidentified aerial phenomena. Absolutely. I think we need to question everything. And that should be the approach we have entering into a new year. As human beings, we should be kind, we should be open, but we should be smarter, more aware of what our government is doing, more aware of the energy that is building out there, so that as people, as humans, we can change the world, at least with kindness. And when it comes to finding out what the hell's going on, we should be more proactive. We should be. I don't know how. If I politically knew how to do anything, I still probably wouldn't do anything politically. I'm not a political person. I just don't want to get into that whole spiel because I think it's all fake and not real. And the door handle is just turning. It's just going. Tell me that's not freaky right now. I'm just looking at it, and then it just goes. Okay. Look, getting goosebumps. That's weird. You get these weird winds, but you never know what it is. That to me seems like it's something, or somebody's fucking with me. They probably are, and I just don't realize it. Okay, I need something cold. I need something refreshing. I need something. By the way, if you ever get a can of any sort, you want to wipe the mouth area, and you want to wipe in the crevice, of the thing in the top, because these sit in warehouses for very long periods of time. And you don't know how long they've been sitting there. And rats run around the warehouses and pee on everything. And their pee is poisonous. It can make you very sick. So, ooh, that smells delicious. So bubbly. Too many bubbles for me right now. I have to let some of the bubbles escape. Very fruity, like a fruit splash Canada Dry. That's exactly what it tastes like just a splash of many tropical, Christmassy fruits. I don't like Christmassy, but it's like citrusy. I mean, initially not so bad, and now that it's kind of disappearing, not so bad. So for that shock of flavor, I like to have lots of different drinks around me. I like, maybe sometimes I'll just drink a Dr. Pepper, but then I like to have a tea, but then I want another flavor. Maybe an espresso would be great. I have like ADD when it comes to my flavors and my food. I like to eat a little bit of everything. I like for all my meals to be like sampler platters. I want a sample of a little bit of everything on the menu. But that would be a great meal for me. A sampler platter of everything. Oh, so many bubbles. Crazy bubbles. Crazy bubbles. Thank you again, everybody, for joining me tonight on this holiday edition. You are with your families. It's been an amazing day. Present giving, joy giving, emotional giving, lots of things happening today. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Merry Yule, Happy Yule, blessings, Yule blessings for all. And if I missed out, Kwanzaa, Happy Kwanzaa. And that's it, that's what we got going on here. It's so many different religions and traditions. I think it's amazing. And that's what brings people together. And if that's what this time of year does, more than any other understanding, then yes, continue doing it, be it. I love the lights. I love that energy that people put into showing off, not just their talent, but their kindness that they're expressing to others. Like Frank doesn't want the applause for what he does, but what he does, his lighting abilities and fun that he has is amazing. And he doesn't want people being like, oh, thank you, you did a great job. He doesn't want to hear shit. He just wants to see them enjoy it and smoke a bowl or a couple of joints And to me, that's everything. To me, right there, that's look, you can be anything you want to be, but right there, that is a kindness that he is giving to the community, because they need this as a family, to see these lights, to see that energy. It not just revitalizes communities, but neighborhoods. You know, the vibe and the joy. Less crime. There's less crime in neighborhoods that have lights in the houses. As a Jew, I've never put lights on my house, but I've thought about it recently, to showcase the nights of Hanukkah and the story of Hanukkah. So I think that's a big deal. I'm just putting that story of Hanukkah. The story of Hanukkah. The Maccabees and how they fought for freedom and independence, and they fought for the people, to free everyone. So there's so much energy in that story and how that holiday comes to be. I don't know what sci-fi shit's happening now. It's like we're changing dimensional boundaries. We are now going somewhere so different, so wild. We're just gonna kind of go boom. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, I don't know where that came from. That just changed my whole mood. It was like getting so weird and funky. And then the music just kind of... Oh, I missed some chat. All right, let me see what's happening. Without time, there is no space or an organism. Jesus is coming as a thief in the night. Keep the lights on. What story are you listening to over there? Listen, Nick, listen. Send me this story. I need to look up some shit. I don't know the Bible. I mean, I know understanding of what I went through Sunday school for so many years, but I don't remember anything but the torturous amount of time that I was there. And the torturous people, the bullies, the mental bullies, you know, the bullies of superiority. That's funny. The years of Sunday school, I don't remember in a positive way. I mean, no surprise. I mean, you didn't want to be there. It was Sunday. You had to go to school the next day. Why are you making me go to Sunday school? I got to go to normal flipping school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I get like one actual day off, and it's probably not an actual day off that you get. That's how I used to feel. I was just, you know, pulling from the essence of my childhood. That was it. I think we need to have another show specific on UFO crashes and different crashes that have happened in the Soviet Union. I was starting to talk about it just a moment ago. And I feel that the stories there are a story of their own. And it's another night, another time. I think as community, we need to be smarter. We need to look at the simple sides of life. And simplicity solves the world. It's energy. It's good energy. It's good frequency. It's good kindness. And tonight of all nights, even though we're coming together as different religions and different people from different places, it's an opportunity for all of our energy to come together and be good and send good out and continue that going all year round. Tonight can be our mental beginning of it. Our forceful push. I mean, every night I push for it. But any night is a great night to start that resolution. Start that forward motion resolution. Meaning you start it immediately. You start whatever. Kindness immediately. Understanding immediately. Be more open to the world around you, people around you. So again, I want to thank you. You're all awesome. You're all amazing. You're the reason I do the show. Here, highly motivated. You can watch us later or share the time with us now. Thank you, Nick. You know, thank you, Christopher. You're always here to the show, and you're great members and energy of the show. And I think that's fantastic. I think that adds to the smoke sesh. getting together and being, hey, we're friends. And we are digital friends. We're all digital friends, whether it be just Christopher and Nick and me showing up on the show, hanging out, smoking a joint, and me just kind of chit-chatting, talking, just talking. But that's awesome. We are digital friends. And I feel blessed to have your digital friendship. And one day to smoke with you all in person. I think that would be an awesome goal. And this show is already everything I ever thought it could be. This is amazing. This is fantastic because this is a great digital way for people to come together. We've had people from Chicago hang out, friends that I grew up with, people I grew up with, Tali and Donnie, and wow. And Nuri, I want to get her on the show. You're going to love this lady. I remember her eating mustard. She'd take spoonfuls of mustard and be like, so much energy, so much life, so much emotion, which is great. And then we've got people I heard listening to us in England, in Israel. I mean, wow, what energy, what distance that we have crossed. And it's not just family, which is also great. So thank you, family. And that's why I'm so happy. And if you're ever watching the show, family in England, family in Israel, family in Texas, family in Chicago, the Carolinas, and I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out. We have family everywhere. I don't know, but we're all family. All of you is family. We send out the blessings. We send out the greetings. We send out the joy. We send out whatever this holiday manifests as. We send it out. So thank you, Chris and Nick and everybody, for coming to the show and making it what it is, making it the magic. Thank you, Angie, for giving me the opportunity. I don't know if I've really ever thanked her, and I should. I just want to say thank you. And after the show, I'll probably go and thank her as well. Be like, if she's asleep or something, I'll go running in there and be like, hey, thank you. Just want to say thank you. All right, go back to sleep. But no, thank you for watching the kids, always preparing the dinners, getting things ready so that I don't have to stress about those things, and creating an environment for me to be able to do a great show for all of you. So she works the backstage and gets everything ready so that I can just kind of walk into the room sometimes and be like, highly motivated, yo. But in order for me to be highly motivated, I need that support. I need that direction. I mean, look, she came up and put up this beautiful backdrop. I was lacking. I'm holding it on one end, it's falling, and I'm like, what do I do? And she takes the stapler, she's like, boom, 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 boom. All right, go. I'm like, got it, thank you. Sometimes you need that support in that direction for you to keep going and be strong. One of my goals this year, my right now goal, not resolution for later, but right now, even the last show, I was saying right now, I'm trying. I want to be more authentic with my family like I am on the show. I want to bring those authenticities together in the sense that I want to be more encouraging. I want to be more open and more understanding and more forward motion. I want to be more thankful and more in the realization of now, of where I am and who helps me, and be thankful for that, because there's gratitude that we need to share. There's gratitude that we need to show. And not that I ever mean to forget anybody. I don't. But I do. I do, because I get caught up in my own spilkus. I get caught up in my own whatever it is. And I forget that there are people helping me so that I can be whatever for anybody else. So where I thank you for coming to the show, I just want to say thank you, Angie, for my wife, for being everything, for doing everything, for being the energy behind the scenes that help create the scenes. And I think that's an important thing. It's an amazing thing. I mean, without her guidance and help sometimes, not just in topics, but getting the flow and the motion of things happening, She may not want to be a personality on the show, but she has the energy to help manifest it. And that's what we're doing. So thank you. All right. I don't want to ever forget. And right now I was thinking, look, I hope I can express that same joy and gratitude, in person. I hope that when I wake her up from her deep slumber and sleep, and I hit her with this, I hope it's translated in that way. So, she's good people. She is. And I thank her for all that she does. I thank all of you for being here. And, and it's what we do. This is all what we do. This is highly motivated. This is highly authentic, highly enthusiastic. It's a group effort that makes this magic, that creates and manifests this show and its reach wherever it goes. So, in my thanks, look, I'm getting a little teary-eyed over here. Look at it, I'm actually showing emotion. It happens once in a blue moon. It must be the combination of holidays, the alignments of, I don't know, Santa was delivering shit last night. He sprayed something in the air. There was a time dilation. I don't know what's going on. Let me see. I see Nick over here. Let the hair grow on top. You know something? It will. If I let it, it's like a chia pet. I just have to water it and then just boom. 4 on top, 2 on the sides, 1 on the sideburns. So if I go too tall on top, so I used to have really long hair, but sure, it was nice, it's dreaded. But in that, there's a point that it gets to somewhere, and my hair doesn't just go one direction, it goes like 12,000 different directions. So as it grows out, it's like, and it's like thick, like a Brillo pad. It's the craziest shit. For years, I tried to control it, manifest it. And let me see, 1 on the sideburns, 2 on the sides, 4 on the top. I do like this. You never know. We might try this in that manifestation of I want to. So I've been trying, not the mohawk, but I guess it's like, what's his name? Wicked games you play. I never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. Chris Isaac, there we go. Wow. Thank you. My brain just had to pop it in. I had to sing it for a second. But he had that hair, what you were just talking about, like really clean, but a little bit more on the top, cool on the sides. Elvis Costello, he had a cool haircut. That was a cool haircut kind of guy. A blow dryer, that's so much work. I used to gel my hair and I'd gel it back, and then then the gel would just harden and I'd let it stay. Kind of like a greaser or something. But I got tired of having to put shit in my hair. Now I just wake up and I just roll out of bed. And I should probably believe in hats more, just to keep my head warm, because my head's cold. It's been cold. With the weather lately, this has been a crazy weather. And outside, it's been kind of dreary. Weather outside is frightful, but inside it's so delightful. I'm surprised I'm getting some of the words. It's flying through my head. Every time you're watching, there are commercials, so many commercials right now on the Hulu or the whatever. Everybody's commercials. With Amazon, they're throwing all these commercials up. Nothing you can watch without a commercial, trying to see a good holiday movie. And then you get this, and I love, look, you can classify, I just saw it today on Reddit, Rambo is now being classified as a Christmas movie, Rambo 1. Because in the background, in the police station, there's a Christmas tree. And I believe that is enough to signify it as a Christmas movie. And in our last minutes here, we're going to be talking about, let's talk about it. Christmas movies. Die Hard. The whole series is the best holiday series, hands down. Just throwing it out. Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon. With Danny Glover. Timeless. Great holiday movies. I think the holiday action movie sequence is needed. I miss movies like Lethal Weapon. You don't get them anymore. I haven't seen them in ages. It's like they've been trying to get a good holiday movie. I fell asleep. I haven't even seen. I'm going to try watching it again. The new one with The Rock, where he dresses himself in incredibly tight leather, and he's the leader of Santa's pack. I guess he would be Rudolph with his nose so bright. Won't you lead my sleigh tonight? Hey, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Yeah, there was no reindeer. Rudolph in this movie. I watched it, or until I fell asleep numerous times, and I woke up. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It was long, and I guess Santa was kidnapped, and The Rock had to go back and get Santa. And he's moving on. He's going to become Santa. I don't know. There's a lot happening. But in that, it wasn't the Christmas action movie that I was looking for. And the Die Hard series, Lethal Weapon series, right there, those are two movie series that I think stand out. I'm thinking of any more right now. I mean, of course, there's other holiday movies. National Lampoons. I would never forget that. Frank the Tank Griswold. I apologize for not even bringing up the entire National Lampoons series as far as holiday movies. So, as far as holiday movies go, though, the action. All right, wait a second. Really, National Lampoon's European Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah, that would be action. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the annals or annals of time, in the annals of action comedy. Lethal Weapon is people getting their head blown off. Really, lots of bullets. Lots of blood. No blood. You really don't get to see blood. You see just people die. A lot of dying and no blood. A lot of bullets. A lot of missing. And a lot of car action. A lot of comedy. And it's the holiday season. So that's a holiday movie. And Die Hard, of course, the Nakatomi Plaza during the holiday party. And Bruce Willis, the barefoot hero, was born. With guns taped to his back. I mean, just beaten up, glass torn up his feet. He's bleeding and shot and stabbed and thrown about. He is beaten down every assailant. Really amazing. He John Wicked the shit out of that building. And then is John Wick a holiday movie? I think so. I think John Wick is a holiday movie as well. And the series of Wick. And then the other one, the other one is a celebration, like a bachelor party or whatever it was. I'm thinking where they lost the guy in Vegas, and they took his bed. Can't remember the name of the movie. It'll hit me. Anyways, let me see. Nick, I cut my own hair too today. 7 on the upper sides, faded to the sideburns. Smooth. See, Nick's got a smooth. I just go 2 and I just say whatever. I am not too worried. I find a comfort in letting go of my hair. My hair used to be my thing. It used to be what defined, I thought, what defined me, or what helped me define me. It's like before you know who you are, your hair or certain features help define the authentic, I don't know, the direction of who you are or who you want to be. So I don't let my hair be part of that decision anymore. I just keep it easy. And in that easiness, there is a weight off of my shoulders. Yes, I would love for my hair to be longer again. I think about it at different times. I want it to be longer. But, it is what it is. Okay, I'm noticing I'm trailing off. You people are amazing. Thank you for coming to Highly Motivated on tonight's holiday edition, where we are hanging out on the mythical couch. Imagine we have a couch here. We're hanging out on the couch. We're passing the joint. It's the holiday season. We're drinking eggnog. Oh, I don't have any eggnog. Eggnog sounds fantastic. What time is it? I can go to the store. No, wait, nobody's open. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go pick up some eggnog. Maybe we have some eggnog? Do we have eggnog? Ooh, and I did get a present. I got some levelers to help me level the underground greenhouse. You see, they can't even style. They just cut and then overcharge and demand a tip. It's been so long. I cut my hair. Angie cuts my hair. Angie was doing it for a long time, and then now I don't like to bother, so I just gotta run in there and I do most of it. And then she comes in and she's like, "What are you doing? What? You've like missed everything." And then she takes it and redoes it. Just like, oh my god, it just looks jolted. But it's good, and it's breathable. Here in Florida, you can't have hair. Look, the beard alone is a lot. It gets itchy. During the summer months, it gets really hot, and this area gets very itchy and sweaty and damp, and you're digging. I've been digging this underground greenhouse. Let me see. Cross state lines, cross the board, and overcharging and demand a tip. I actually remember when I was in Houston, for such a long time, there was a shawarma place, Shawarma King. I think it was close to Richmond and Westheimer or something like that. It was in between Westheimer and like Richmond. It was like on a cross street, and it was like Shawarma King. And in the complex, there was a place that did $4 haircuts. It was $5 haircuts. And you just go in and, you wait your turn, give $5, you say what you want, and they would interpret it in their own way. And you would leave there very different from what you were thinking you were going to look like. But that was part of the adventure. You didn't know exactly how it was going to turn out, but you were kind of excited. And then the worst it got, I just cut it all off, and we'll just start over in a couple of months when things grow right out. I feel like SpongeBob. When SpongeBob wanted a mustache, he was like, and then I think my eyes are going to pop out. And then he grew a mustache. And so that's kind of like me with the beard. If I just look overnight, I'm like, how did that happen? I don't know. I just shaved. That was wild. I don't like my face without the hair. I mean, I do and I don't. I think it's, again, perception. So our perception shapes everything. So we'll talk about it again. We'll talk about more. We'll get into all the wild things about time and space and the illusion. And just to I wanted to, let me see if I can find it. Time and space aren't prisons. They are tools. They help us play this game of life, but they're not the whole truth. Once we realize that, we can start to see the infinite, interconnected nature of existence, and maybe even start living like it. That, we'll talk about it again. We'll become it again. We'll become all of these topics, all these micro topics that we talk about lately on every show. It's like micro topics. We'll have a topic, a regular one topic, maybe not, maybe nothing at all. That's what I love about the show. I don't know what it's going to become. You don't know what it's going to become. We see Christopher over here in New York too. The Asians in Philly used to cut for $5 when everybody wanted to close, and then 20. And when everybody else wanted close to 20, they did it for $5, right? They knocked them out of the competition. I used to do a buzz cut all the time. I love the clean feel of that. Past couple years, I just let it grow because I wanted something different. See, Chris, I feel you. I've been wanting something different. Last time I tried, I started growing it out. It does this weird curl in the back. The front is doing something of its own. It starts doing like this weird cone head. And I'm looking at it going, what is it? What is it doing? What is this? I guess I gotta have faith. You've gotta have faith, faith, faith. Ah, baby. My daughter does not know who, oh my God, my brain just went dead. Careless Whisper. George Michael. Wow. I don't know what. So we were having a conversation earlier and she goes, I love that song and I love this song. I'm like, well, that's George Michael. She goes, George who? I'm like, Wham? She goes, huh? I'm like, I can't. What is going on here? I know the song. I don't know the artist. Find out about the artist. No, I like the song. It's a beautiful song. I guess that's okay. It's like the names of bands and groups. Now it's just you hear a song you like and you Spotify it or you save it or you do whatever you do to it and you don't, I guess, hear the magic that it comes from sometimes. Like Prince. Prince was magic. He may have not been a great person. All right, so any person I mention right now musically before I end the show, because 3 hours is my cutoff. Prince was a magical individual as far as music and ability and rhythm and understanding and unity of people and energy. But from what I understand, wasn't always the greatest of people or the most understanding of people and not necessarily practicing as he preached. Musically, though, amazing. Same with Michael Jackson. Broke the universe in his musical talent and dancing ability. I'm just looking at the artist and not looking at the beyond that. Which maybe that's a fault of mine because I think music influences us, and those people influence us. You know, that understanding influences everything about us. I think Michael Jackson's influence in my life and his music and the person, so I never really followed the person. I saw the person on the stage and the persona. So I think my whole thing was the persona of who the person was, not the actual person. And maybe that was a fault of mine. The person was amazing. And his voice, his moves, the way he shaped lives. I don't know anything in their personal lives. I look at artists now and what is the guy? I am the night. Yeah. Oh, I can't. And he passed away. And he is more than magical. His voice was more than electric. I am the night. Yeah. I don't know why my brain's not working right now. Maybe because I hear this funky wait. I am the highway. I can't remember the guy's name right now, and I feel ashamed of myself. And it will pop to me in a second, but also amazing artist. And it was all about how the songs and the way they sang it influenced you. And really the people they are, if they're great people, then it makes what they do greater. I mean, look at the Beatles. The Beatles had hidden messages in their music and certain frequencies that they played at, and they had huge followings, still do. Shaped lives and uplifted them. And that's really what music is, to bring community together. Music is to change lives. Let me see. The Asians serve $20 tip. They cut, not style. Noses. Well said. His soul was Thriller. Oh, Thriller. Man. The magic. You know, and then not just Thriller. It's almost Billie Jean. Billie Jean. Or, you know, and it was the songs that weren't gigantic hits, that were gigantic hits. Wow. And it's
it's things like that that influenced us so much. Like Elvis. Look, I hear Elvis was a terrible fucking person, a terrible individual, but his music. And let me just tell you something. I used to believe in Elvis, like the sense, like, you know, he's dead, and I just wish we had that kind of energy and soul in our music and rebirth and resurgence of Elvis. And I used to collect the memorabilia. And I'm going to end the show on this one, by the way. We're going to have a show about this. Joyce. Elvis is alive. And I'm just going to say this. I used to collect Elvis memorabilia, outfits. I used to be an Elvis impersonator. I mean, it's all about the soul, baby. Yeah, I'm all shook up. Don't get me started now, right? I'm just gonna leave it like it is. And so I wasn't a good Elvis impersonator. I wasn't a good one, but you know something? I loved it. I enjoyed it because it was in honor of the guy's music, not the individual. The boundaries that he broke, but he borrowed. When you learn later about history and stories, it changes your world. You have to unlearn and relearn shit. So with Elvis, I had to unlearn and relearn. And he stole a lot. He borrowed a lot. But he used it and put it together and brought it to an audience and changed the world. The world. As far as music goes, this man changed the world multiple times. Multiple times. He rebirthed himself. It was amazing, just amazing. So I used to collect all of his shit, and I stopped when I found out he's alive. Elvis is alive. It's not a joke. You didn't hear me stutter or say it wrong. Elvis is alive. He's alive and living, and he's a preacher by the name of Bob Joyce. Bob Joyce. What? Elvis is alive. In one of his sermons, he turned around and he said, okay, people, now, just so you know, just so you're comfortable with it, I am Elvis, all right? I am Elvis Presley. Anybody have anything to say about that? He says it in the video. He goes, no, good, let's go back to me being Bob Joyce. All right now. Amen, people. And he's a preacher. Not only does he sound like Elvis, nor does his facial recognition look like Elvis. He sings perfectly like Elvis. Not as an impersonator, but sings as Elvis. Because he's Elvis. Bob Joyce, go look it up. Check it out. Bob Joyce is a preacher. He's alive. Elvis. I stopped collecting all his shit. I stopped doing his songs and that's not true. I still do some songs. You know, 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now. Go, cat, go, and don't you step in my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but get off of my blue suede shoes. We're going to close the show with that. Happy, Merry Hanukkah, Christmas. Excited. We're going to see you next time. Friday. Wait, what day is it today? Today's Wednesday. I really hope it is. I feel like I'm lost all of a sudden. Yeah, it's Wednesday, thank God. All right, it's Wednesday. I'll see you Friday. Smoke Sesh, live, 8 o'clock. I'm going to be coming to you on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, not Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Tiki-Taki, who knows? We'll see. Till Friday, everybody. Have an amazing, incredible time with your family. Hug them, love them. Tell everybody how much you appreciate them. In the now, in the everything. It's all about right now. Enjoy that energy. Enjoy it. Be it. It's all perception. It's a good day every single day. If the weather outside is frightful, in here, it is quite delightful. Friday.